So, last we left off, the group went about Crown to prepare for the event, picking up outfits, learning more information about the Fae Vampire, and figuring out who Lord Celine Dell is. Artron and Drac picked up some potions, while Sidon met with Dahlia, and then, after an unexpected twist, the three of them, along with Mel, met in the street, while Slab and Maeve were at Cassian's, her outfit almost complete. But I think we'll quickly... because I don't know what you guys are going to do, but we'll go with the three who are in the street right now as Drac and Artron meet with Sidon and Mel.
Oh, so he is with Mel. Okay.
Yeah. So the two of them. We ended last session with.
Sorry, I forgot about that.
Yeah. We walked out of the library. They were walking up. They met. Yeah.
Okay. And I'm assuming, looks like he's been pulled through the ring for a small bit.
Well, he's been fully healed.
I got full
He's probably
healed,
just a bit scratched up and a bit tired.
Yeah, but we wouldn't be able to tell with that gi, would we? Like,
That's true.
In this completely normal outfit.
Couple extra tears in it.
I suppose Artron would notice, some of the holes he's assuming are those frayed jeans, and these are new ones. This is taking it too far now.
As soon as Mel sees you, she just gives a massive wave.
I also give a massive wave.
A much more oh Christ, have seen me wave.
Oh.
No, it's not. It's if they're waving with both hands, hoo-wee.
No, she just she's got her armor and stuff on, but she's with one hand a full arm wave above her head.
That's the same. Yeah,
white person smile.
One arm.
I was about to say, is it? But oh great, white person smile.
White person smile. Just half arm wave. Walking over to them. Is it afternoon? Is it morning? What time is it?
What time is it? I think it's
I think it's about afternoon.
I think it was about early after, late morning, beginning of the afternoon. Yeah.
I think Sidon did go for some afternoon delight, didn't he?
Well, clearly not.
Got more than he bargained for.
We don't know that.
Hello.
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 We're gonna have a problem.
Nice to see you again. Oh, you're going to. Well, do you need? Is it all that greasy kebab? Just eat some fruit, some fresh fruit.
That's not the problem.
Vegetables, orange juice.
He got attacked.
You got attacked.
He did. He got attacked.
I got attacked.
You're making fun of my accent.
No. No.
No. Do you remember the woman I was sleeping around with? She went to the theatre with me.
I feel like it was a little bit more than that, considering you were obsessing over her safety, but sure.
Is she the one that we met in the street? Was it day before yesterday?
Yeah, her.
The one you
vaguely
protected very much.
She also went to the theatre with me. Yeah.
Yes. You had relations with that woman?
I did, yeah. It turns out she may have been a succubus.
Succubus.
I heard succubus, but okay.
Yeah.
A succubus?
Yeah.
A succubus, one of those fiends that prey on people by fucking them?
Yeah.
I mean,
that doesn't sound too bad, to be honest. Was it not concerning?
I know it's improved, but the aroma was severe when we first met. So
it was I just thought nothing of it. To be fair, we were both drunk and we were both living in the lower city at the time. Well, not living. I had just showed up at the lower city. She lives in the lower area, and so I just assumed that people down there just aren't the most hygienic people. So it's over the course.
You chose to have
my element.
carnal relations with this woman.
I didn't realise she was a demon.
No, I mean before with what you just said, the sentence you just said, and then with that sentence you just said, you decided to have relations with that person.
I have relations with everyone.
Oh,
Archie, did you remember how he smelled when we
I put it down to being in the wild for 6 weeks. I didn't realise it was the mange.
True.
Not about the change.
Fair point.
But the problem is, I may have told her where I'm going.
Didn't she know anyway? Hadn't you already told her?
No. I had only
Where
just
did you
told
tell
her.
she was going? Wait, what?
I told her that we were going to the facade thing.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Okay.
Or the
So
full
that's
facade?
the like
Yeah.
swamp place we're gonna go to.
Oh,
Like,
I didn't tell her
yes.
that. I
You
just told her
did.
about the. Did I tell her about the swamp?
Yeah, I
Beforehand.
think you did that.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. So she knows a lot. And she had who I could only describe as a partner.
Other than yourself.
Yeah, I believe he was a cookie-bus.
So you had a menage a trois?
No. I
did
think
not
he was
know
listening
you.
in the other room. I think that's what he's into.
Oh, he was just into the watching.
Yeah.
A cookie-bus and a kinky-bus.
But yeah, they attacked me. I left into the streets. Then they ran away. Probably because I'm too strong for them.
Make a deception check.
I'm going to choose to not believe him.
Okay, well, so make a deception check because you are lying. But yes,
I definitely think it was the draw.
sure.
I wasn't running
Yeah, but
away.
they didn't run away, you did.
I didn't run away. I just wanted more
Yes,
space.
you did. You literally broke the door down to get away.
Yeah.
I need to get out into the street to like fight him there.
To run away.
Not to run away. I was gonna fight
You
in the
left
street.
the
They
fight.
left.
You
They
left the fight.
the fight.
No.
As soon as I left the door, I squared up. They ran away.
You know, I don't think that really matters.
Mel, you
Yeah, hi.
a paladin, aren't you?
Uh-huh.
Yes. I know you've had
Don't
trouble
look.
detecting. And I'm gonna look. Is there anyone nearby who's like could potentially like hear me? Like, is
Yeah,
anyone
people,
in, like,
you're in the middle of the street, so people could
Okay.
hear
Is
you.
anyone looking like they are listening?
Make a perception check.
I mean, I'm going to say it anyway. But, 15.
You don't see anyone looking at you.
Okay. I'm going to lean into Mel and whisper. So I know you had trouble detecting that Lord Cassian was a vampire.
I didn't like that answer, though.
Sorry. I know. But could you set off your divine sense to see if there are any other fiends around, and hopefully that they're not protected by whatever is protecting him?
Yeah, okay. You see she is sort of like... No, so she like puts a hand to the clasp that looks like the dragon flying over the mountains, and she like mutters something, and this sort of almost like, you know how when it's really hot and have those heat waves, sort of like that sort of echo, like forms around her and then comes out. You can only very slightly see it, and she says, "No, don't get anything."
Okay. Ooh, ow! Just punched the light.
You okay? You okay, Archie?
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Very well. Sidon, it's going to sound maybe somewhat confrontational, and I don't want to offend you or, provoke a reaction in kind, but what the fuck, man? You were told not to go off by yourself.
Okay. Yeah, but in my defense, I thought she was sound.
Yeah, but still,
But
not alone
I mean,
means
specifically,
go together with someone, not
Yeah.
alone.
Just for context,
okay.
that what it would mean normally is that we can't trust you to be yourself now, because there's a potential that you are a shape changer. However, I don't think that anyone smart enough to do that would, unless they are an exceptionally good actor, be able to put on that good a performance of someone who.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna let that.
Also, he's not a fiend. It's still there.
I'm very much under the impression, why lie about something stupid? I did a mistake, you know.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't call Dahlia a mistake. Maybe the succubus.
Succubus all the time.
Silence. Yeah.
To be fair, to be fair, I thought I wasn't going anywhere alone, quote, quote. I went to Mel's place, spoke to her about getting into the...
Wait. Did you go to Mel's place by yourself?
Well, yeah, okay, that I did do.
Okay.
But then I went from
And then he
Mel's
left on
place.
his own as well.
Yeah, but it's only down the road.
Do you know most accidents
Doesn't
happen
make it
within
better,
5
though.
minutes of the house?
You know, like
Most
if you left the
car
stove on.
accidents. Yeah.
And then I went to Dahlia, and Dahlia I thought was absolutely just perfectly fine. I thought she was just a lonely woman who got caught up in our bullshit, and I wanted to make sure she was alright. Maybe tell her not to go out on her own.
We
Wait,
need to
what?
come up with a. We need to come up with a
Code
special
word.
handshake or a code or something like a call and response, so we know who we're talking to, and we're going to trust that we are all who we say we are now.
Wait, what are you guys? What's that? What's happening?
Oh, we've just been shopping.
What?
We've had a rare old time.
Nice. Where's Maeve and
Flab.
that one?
To be honest, I have no idea. We've not seen them in a day or two.
Aren't they at Cassion's place?
I presume so. Yeah. So that's where we have been invited. We've been asked to return there for some kind of meeting or summoning.
Can I come?
I don't see why not.
I'm going
Okay.
to cast detect magic
Okay.
just to say, just to be sure. I know. I think she is who she says she is, but I'm just going to cast detect magic.
Okay. Detect magic. You
Let me
get.
see.
Okay.
Oh fuck! I've got to use my bloody once a day thing to do this. I'll cast detect. Oh, okay. Here's a mechanical question.
Okay.
Can I cast a ritual as I walk?
No.
Bollocks. Okay, I'm gonna use my once a day.
Okay.
It's fine. I can do it. If you wanna have to wait for it.
I know what you're doing.
So you get the only I think unless you guys have any magic items, I've forgotten about on your persons. I guess. Sorry, Drax dagger.
Yeah.
I should
Mel's.
say magical until level 7 or
Yes.
something.
Mel's longsword is magical, but you don't get anything from her specifically.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna trust then that this is that she is. That I'm assuming the sword is like evocation or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm
You get the
just
sense
gonna
it's a
trust
+1 longsword.
that she- Oof, wow, that's
I know.
it's
Big
more and more
magic.
specific the lazier the DM feels.
Yeah.
This is incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with that, I'm going to trust that she says she's. I can't imagine that Lord Cassian would mind.
Well, I did go there before with you guys.
Yes, exactly. Yes. It's not my place to invite you. Unfortunately, I can't ring ahead. I could send porridge. Wait,
Porridge is currently looking at a mansion.
Oh, he is. Oh, bollocks. Well, maybe he'll come back.
Just think, every time you send porridge, Sidon runs there faster.
Yep.
What?
Silent Cameron
Don't
faster than
send
House of
Sidon
Purpose.
off on his own again.
Yeah, no.
But
So,
that's
son, what we're going to
because
do?
porridge
This,
like
I have
does
this.
other things.
I have this 50 foot of rope. I'm going to tie it to you and release it out 5 feet at a time.
Jesus.
Like a fucking dog on a leash.
I'm
I'm
gonna be honest,
joking.
I ain't accepting that at all.
No, it was a jest. However, please don't run off again.
I won't, unless I want to do something.
Oh, I'm so gutted that Maeve isn't there right now because she would have made a comment about putting Sidon on a leash.
I don't want to have to tell May, but I will. I will tell on you. So,
Tell them anything. I'm gonna tell them when I get
I'm
back
gonna
anyway.
tell Mom.
I'm going to tell, and you're going to get shouted at, and I'm going to laugh. Okay, well, it's in your best interest. I'm asking this. But okay, let us head to the Greystone Manor.
The only thing I'll say is you guys do have outfits that are like right next to you. If you want to pick them
Oh,
up.
sorry. Okay.
What?
Yes, sure. Yeah.
Oh right, we were gonna to go pick them.
I thought we'd already apologized.
Well, that's where you were going.
Yeah.
Then you
Okay.
met
Yeah.
up with them. So
Oh,
yeah, you
yes,
can
you
very
can-
easily. There's no,
Yeah.
no
Simon, you
happiness
can try on your outfit. That's a fresh set. Nothing makes you feel better than a fresh change of clothes. And I know.
Well, he does have there's some basically to get in. He's got to just be like a dragon knight. So
What? Well,
he's
it's
wearing.
really
No. I don't
high
think we need to worry about that.
armor.
What do you mean?
Well, we have enough spaces, don't we? Now we've spoken to Lord Orion.
No,
Well,
we have
No, there's one
4
space
spaces,
missing.
and
There's-
then we have cider.
4
Yeah.
plus. So there's 4 spaces for you guys.
Yes.
Plus, you need you need another one.
No, because I'm going to go as
Well,
as Lord Cassian.
that's the conversation you're about to have. So
Yeah, we haven't.
We haven't discussed it.
yeah.
Well, yeah, we had, but obviously there's another decision to come that I don't know about.
Well, you were
Oh,
messaged about this. Fine.
Yeah.
It's just in for a discussion. We don't know what it's about. But also, sudden, it doesn't have to be yourself in the armor. It could be Drac. It could be.
I don't think
Slab.
Lord Orion would invite me.
Correct, but maybe I don't think you've offended Lord Cassian yet.
That is true.
Can I make a history check?
No,
To
no
my knowledge.
unnecessary. Nothing majorly.
24.
Nothing majorly.
I may have pissed off his
Alex.
butler.
Yeah,
What's
he
his
did
name?
give you a stinky
It's
side
got a
eye the last
name.
time we were there.
Alex is like
No.
one of my favorite NPCs.
Yeah, Alex is one of
Alex is
mine as
chill as
well.
fuck.
Alex is so cool.
I would rather have Alex than Lord Cassian.
So anyway, you're
yeah,
walking,
click
you
the
get
box.
bitten by a vampire,
Yeah.
and you die.
Let's
Okay.
go pick up our stuff.
Yeah, so you
No, Archie!
do we have? Is it just us picking stuff up, or did
Another
Slab
person
get
would be
some as well?
Slab, but I think
Slab.
you
can
can
I mean,
pick
I
up
can
for him
grab,
if you
I
wanted
can
to.
grab
Yeah.
Slab stuff.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, you all pick up your outfits. Mel thinks they look pretty cool, and head to Greystone Manor, sort of around the middle city. Not too long, probably about 20 minutes max. You walk over there, and I will. Cool. But we'll sort of obviously. You guys are currently doing your thing. I assume Maeve is still trying to make her outfit, which she's pretty much done with at this point.
Yeah.
Is Slab doing anything?
It was so
Let
long
me just
ago.
unmute because dogs are playing havoc. Not really. What time of day you say it was here?
It's like afternoon.
Probably like wandering around, getting lunch on it.
Okay. But yeah, so we'll say Maeve finishes her outfit, and just as the rest of you knock on the front door, I assume. Thank you. And Alex lets you in. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Alex.
Good
thank
afternoon.
you. How are you today?
Not too bad. Just. Yeah, not too bad. Nothing of note.
Sorry.
What was that? Stage. But yes, come in. And
It's like a
just-
coat. It's like a
yeah, there's
coat.
there's a
Yeah, I'm gonna hang up my jacket. It's quite a long jacket that I'm wearing.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Uh,
hang up like the clothes I just bought. I assume we have like so we can hang them somewhere.
yeah. You have rooms that you can put stuff in, or there's like a room that can be used for that.
Yeah, like this room.
Yeah, that's like a cloakroom.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you all head inside. I'll say Maeve and Slab, you would hear the sound of the rest of the group walking in.
Just before we head anywhere, I will just, as people are like coming in, I'm not waiting for people to leave to say this. Just kind of wait for him to not be like immediately busy. But I would say to Alex, Alex, just to let you know, I'm sure you've seen my bird Porridge before.
I've seen him. Yes.
He will presumably be joining us at some point. If you could make sure a prominent window is left accessible and open for him, that would be wonderful.
Yes, one of the garden windows are open now.
Thank you.
And you do like crackers, so you can leave a cracker at like.
He actually prefers meat.
Oh really?
Yes, fish,
I did not know that.
grizzly fish eyes are his favorite.
Your bird's gross.
Is
Says you with your
That's
mystery
coming
meat.
inside.
Your 18 fucking kebab. No, he's the bird. The form he's taken is a scavenger. He will eat bread. It's not good for him. It bloats his little belly. But eyes, meats, even a bit of an omnivore. Peas. He likes peas, nuts, peanuts, cooked carrots.
Nuts.
Would you guys like anything?
I haven't had lunch. But I can. I'm not. I can wait. I'm not. Is there anything with soup, stew?
I can make something.
Oh,
I'm fine,
yes,
but thank you.
anything you. Well, if it's just me, I'll wait. You can see a look of absolute anguish on his face, like I want a sandwich. But, it's just me. I'll wait until afterwards.
Don't worry, Archon. I'm hungry too.
Yeah.
Oh, would you? If it's not too much hassle, Alex, could you make like a large, kind of like large sandwich, and we will kind of eat into the middle of it, like
a pizza.
No,
like the opposite of a pizza.
No, like a large sandwich.
Yeah,
You know, a sandwich.
Yes, I know what a sandwich
like a baguette sandwich, but long.
Okay, a baguette.
Yes,
Okay.
It's like a sub. I didn't want to say sub because presumably subways don't exist here.
Sure, like a baguette.
Like a baguette.
You're making fun of my voice again.
If you were to walk into the foyer bit with the stairs, Maeve's in there and she's trembling with a cup of tea, just her hair is tied back as best it can be, and she's got a oh my god, what's it called? A seam ripper, a seam ripper. It's like a tool that you use to sew. But it'd be how people wear chopsticks through their hair.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a seam ripper and a pair of scissors sticking out.
I did not know what that thing was called. I had no idea what it was. I just googled it.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that was called in my head. I use them to clean my nails.
Fair. But yeah, she's standing there looking very dishevelled and very out of character for her. She's not stopped all day.
Maeve, are
you
you
get attacked
all
as
right?
well?
You got attacked?
Did you get attacked? Yeah,
We didn't.
I did.
Yeah, he got sucked.
As an individual, yes.
Whoa. Slow down. What happened?
Dahlia turned out to be a succubus.
I'm sorry.
Deciding to go
Little
out by himself
Dolly?
again.
Yeah, the dwarf woman whose name I kept introducing her as Dahlia like the flower. She was a succubus.
I'm very sorry, Sidon.
And I think she had a boyfriend who was a succubus, but
Wait, Sidon, you.
And he likes to.
Please excuse me for a moment. She goes into the background. You just hear giggling.
Sidon, you're telling me you fucked a succubus?
I didn't know she was a succubus at the time. And twice.
I didn't need to know that. That was more information than I asked for. Well, in the nicest way possible.
Gross.
Good luck.
What do you mean, good luck?
I don't think lesser restoration can fix that, Sidon.
I agree with Slap.
Maeve is her lips are quivering. She's trying so hard not to smirk.
Mel, if you lay on hands, you can cure any disease, I believe. But I
I'm
don't
not
know if you want
disease.
to touch that.
You don't know that.
Well, I did already lay on hands.
Sidon.
I did lay on hands him earlier because he was bleeding out of his fucking neck.
Yeah, they kept stabbing me in the neck.
Why do they always go for the neck guy? That's
It's a
I don't know.
squishy. It's the most squishy place.
There is also another bit of a problem. I may have gave her a lot of information.
Captain immediately looks at you and says, "What information did you give her?"
About the full moon facade,
Okay.
and maybe about the swamp.
Isn't the
moorlands.
facade
It means the
a
moorlands.
thing?
It's not
Yeah.
a swamp.
It's not a swamp, it's my house. That's the worst Shrek accent ever.
That was not great.
No. It's the best one you could do because then you can't get copyright strike.
That is why he did it like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Of course.
Donkey!
Oh, it looks like the sandwich is ready.
I imagine them eating into it and like accidentally touching their lips at the end. And go, oh, sorry.
Sorry, what?
I think I've seen this movie before.
Yeah.
That time it was like spaghetti or something.
Silly mood, I'm afraid.
Well, I do want to discuss things with everyone. I guess we can take the sandwich in the dining room.
Is that a euphemism?
No, just I tried to not make it sound like one, but there was no way not to.
Well, you get. I need some help. It's quite a hefty baguette.
Oh, I didn't like the way you said baguette. The slight pause.
Can you please, like, not make this weird?
Well, okay. I just don't want the fillings to drop out, but it's okay. Oh, wait.
Jesus
I've
Christ,
used
I
my
help you.
spell. I've used my spell. Okay, I could bring my horse to carry it for me, but I'm not going to.
You just see
No,
Mel
I'm gonna
grab the
carry
sandwich
that
both
thing.
hands and just takes it in the room.
Oh, did you touch cider with those hands?
I wash my hands.
Oh, goodness.
Clean.
I
Did you
mean,
use any disinfectant?
disinfectant doesn't really exist.
literally
I
washed
didn't want to use
before
like
leaving
acid.
this morning.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you,
before
like,
you had
succubus.
sex with a devil,
I
you were
didn't
clean.
have sex with this time.
This time.
I got attacked first before
But you
sex happened.
said you did.
Is Archer sitting next to Maeve?
I have no idea.
Oh,
Just
sorry, I
looked at
haven't. Sorry.
No, yeah,
I
'cause if-
will. Yeah, I will sit next to Maeve, I think. Yeah.
Okay, as you sit down, she like leans over and she's like, I was wondering if I could get some advice regarding my outfit later. It doesn't matter now. I just need I need a second set of eyes.
Yes. Oh, I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure it'll be fine. Thank you for moving my token, by the way.
I know.
It's bugging me too.
Hold Alt.
Yeah. Yes, of course. I kind of like. How's she dressed now? Because when you said dishevelled, I'm imagining like. I don't say.
Oh,
like,
she's not
paint
wearing
overall.
it. No, she's wearing like regular clothes now, but her dress is finished and upstairs pinned to a mannequin.
Yeah, of course. Well, if I'm honest, Porridge is the one with the more discerning eye for women's fashion. But
Well, where is that little guy?
he'll hopefully be with us soon. He's doing a little bit of reconnaissance.
Oh.
He can be trusted to go off by
By the way,
himself.
Pete, sorry, what's that, Pete? James,
Both side-eye
James,
sided.
James, can you roll me a d20?
Side note.
Oh, if you kill Porridge, I
Oh
will be
no,
really
it's just, to
pissed
see,
off.
it's just to see like.
Oh,
Okay, cool. He's not gonna die. Don't worry. That's
God,
fine.
I can't bring him back. I will be dead. Like he's not
No,
built
James.
from
The role wasn't to kill. It was just to see what he.
how
saw.
much he'd done. kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Not much. He hit some
He's
glass.
been eating scraps
Yeah,
of
he
meat
saw a
from the meat
fish head. He
store.
got completely
Yeah.
distracted.
Okay, cool.
Find the
Simon's
kebab
mystery
stand.
meat from the
Also,
night
just
Oh.
For the record, I could be very trusted to go off on my own.
Well, clearly.
We're all
Everyone
staring
gives
at
you
Sidon.
side-eye.
Yeah, we're
Everyone
all
gives you
staring at
side-eye.
Sidon.
Well,
It's not my fault that the person I was having sex with was a succubus.
You went off
so the
alone.
reason that Porridge can be allowed to go off by himself is that Porridge is. I can tell when it's Porridge. But just even when he's not in the room, I can tell when he's hurt. I can tell where he is. We're connected, you see. However, yourself, as I said, if you were to be replaced by a shape change, I know we've got the inimitable Mel here to prove to say you.
Smile.
Yes, to use her divine sense to make sure that you are not a fiend. We're then reliant on her being who she says she is. I've detected magic, wasn't able to detect that she was under any kind of illusion, but there are ways to fool both of those things.
I mean, I could just summon my astral arm. That'll prove it's me.
Well, no, because observe, and Archon's going to stand up and he's going to summon astral arms with minor illusion.
It'd be too small, but yeah, they're like small version of Astrons.
Well, Archon's very weedy.
Yeah.
I don't think he's 5 foot across.
I mean,
they're very compact.
Yeah. It's I mean, this
and you
is just an
hit
example.
stuff with them.
1 second. 1 second.
Mel like puts a hand up for you. To
I could. Oh, wrong thing. I'm just seeing what spells I've got because I mean, technically, I could. Oh no, I don't have Mage Hand. So no.
Mage Hand can't punch anyway.
Yeah, it could move things though.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no. But there are spells that I don't have. So tomorrow I could have Mage Hand. So I mean, what I'm trying to say, Sudden, is there's no way to prove you're you other than we, you know you're you, presumably, or whoever. This is a very interesting and deep philosophical conversation. If you say you're you, today I'm going to accept that. However, we can't always. If we know we are dealing with people who can change shape, then it becomes a much more thorny situation.
Mm-hmm.
I
Also,
know I'm me.
Yeah. Yes, but we.
Don't worry about it, Simon.
Simon,
I look for
we
the
might,
fork to
you
head
might
for.
know that you're you, but you might know that you're you, but we have no way of proving that is the truth.
I mean, just how I act. I mean, it's very hard to act like me.
Some people are very good at acting.
Say that
Well,
again.
we can go back and forth about this, but
I agree.
we're not gonna
Yes.
go anywhere with this. So
For now, we're just going
can
to.
we just drop it for now?
Yeah, we're just going to trust that everyone in this room is who they say they are. I think it's fair to say.
Yes.
There are no illusions that we aren't already familiar with.
Gaston sort of looks down slightly.
Well,
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
sorry, Wilkerson.
no, it's quite alright. But about that, I did want to. We had the discussion before, but I did want to have an. Now we have all the pieces on the table. I would like to figure out what the best course of action is for tomorrow night. Because I'm personally not sure, but in thinking about it and talking to people, it might be a bad idea, but I would like to be there.
Well, we do have, everyone can attend, even if...
Yes.
Did everyone, cut off there for a second? Because it went
I
really quiet.
think so, yes. Yeah.
Look, can I just... You've described yourself previously as somewhat of a recluse. You haven't been to one of these events before.
Well, because I've not been invited before.
But, I mean, an event of this sort before.
Well, I've been to...
Any-
No, I've been to a lot of events similar to this.
It's not the one ran by this key.
Just not, yes, run by Celine. I do have to go to events and attend things like this. So I'm not inept in social situations.
No, I think you misunderstand. Apologies if I've misunderstood, but Archon looks down at his hands and is worrying his sleeve, playing with it, as he's kind of trying to avoid eye contact. You've said that you
can speak plainly. You don't have to hide under anything.
No, it's just that you've said there is an element of danger for this particular party, correct?
No, it came at a strange time. That's the only thing that I could call danger.
Well, we know that there are elements in the city at the moment, specifically the Crimson Hand, who we know to be attacking individuals in this room.
Yes, well, one of the reasons I wanted to attend was because I wouldn't want to be caught on my own.
That's a good point.
Sorry to cut across here, though. Is it not the case that if you are attacked and you are in danger, do you... Again, not wanting to use antagonistic
Please,
language,
go ahead.
but lose control of the claws that can and will bring people back from the dead, and you have zero control over it.
That is the other half, but because you identified them, they meant. Does he know? You said most of it, didn't you?
I told I think apart from the fact that
Apart
they
from
do
the name.
psychic damage and
Yes,
name,
yes,
which
yes.
I don't think is relevant. I mean,
yeah.
if you asked me, I would, but
Yeah.
it's mechanical. I don't
Yeah, that's fine. You mentioned that it would have been the closest person. If I was being attacked, the closest person would be the person attacking me, and usually,
not necessarily.
well, they, as I've seen before, go for the person who's threatening me. so it would be the person attacking me unless one of you were to hit me.
But sorry to intercede, though. If you are being attacked and your claws come out,
yes,
you may well draw the attention of members of the public or innocent.
Yes, no, I understand. But the other half of that, I am under a disguise. So, and the claws, he shows his hands. They are not there. They're invisible. They're under the disguise.
That is true.
I don't think that he thinks for a second, and he does the motion of them coming out. If that makes sense, the claws, almost like Wolverine.
Schnick.
But you don't see anything. I think they would stay hidden, so it could be feasible that I was self-defense.
Yes, again, a couple of key points here. Requires that you to be able to remain under the disguise you have now. We can't be sure that will be possible. There may be somebody there who dispels or cancels out.
Well, then, if that is the case, then I'm sure we will see that, and I will stay behind.
How would we know until they came out?
Well, I assume that would be at the door. No.
Well, that's a very large assumption if we're going to be attacked. Again, Archon's really when he's saying stuff he's you can probably hear the fabric twisting in his hands. Very uncomfortable to be saying it, but he's what I'm saying, my lord, is you are a
But I just would like to mention, every time, specifically Archer, he's in when he says it, calls Cassian Lord or my lord, he makes a slight, not cringe, but a too much expression.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Just making sure.
James knows. Yeah. This Archer assumes it's a mark of respect.
The sneer.
He says, Archer says, so. I just feel it is in this situation has begun. The situation where we have all found ourselves together has begun because of.
Yes, I know.
I'm not. I don't want to say it's your fault. But
no, I understand what you're trying to say.
Yes, it had you.
Had I not have been here, this wouldn't have been a problem.
Yeah, the several people who have died would still be alive.
Maeve's gonna stand up and walk over to where Cassian's sitting and take out a dagger and place it on the table.
They raise an eyebrow and looks up at you.
So,
Can your claws damage that dagger?
Why?
Because the option of gloves is still on the table. Whereas if you can break that with your claws, then we know that metal won't help.
Right.
Is it just a mundane dagger?
Yeah.
He holds it in one hand, and it's the hand that's still there, he clearly showed the claws. He runs. You can't see them. Actually, no. Okay, he'll move the disguise so you can see the claws on that hand.
Mm-hmm.
I was very interested in watching the.
This is the one where there is the one broken claw on his ring finger. And he scratches across the surface, which makes a horrible noise.
Mm-hmm.
But it does indent into the dagger.
So it didn't break it.
Well, I didn't use that much. I didn't try to break
Use your
it.
whole strength.
Raises an eyebrow. Can you make me a persuasion check?
You gotta remember, Sidon don't do it in halves.
Simon doesn't.
Two ones, man.
He
A row.
says,
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, he says, don't want to do that.
Go ahead, I have another.
Weird flex, but okay.
I guess with Maeve rolling an 18, he like.
Yes, mommy.
No, no, he like takes a breath and can someone? I don't want someone to hold this. Is there a way we can float it?
So in the astral arms, and then I can stand 10 feet away.
I could levitate it.
You can't. I don't think you levitate objects.
It's like
You can, can't you?
No, it's just 0 gravity. So if he hits it, it's going to shoot
It would just.
off.
All right, okay.
Wait, one moment. How attached are you to? And he's going to point to a wooden object, like this bookcase.
Man, not the bookcase.
Like a doorstop. The
We
door frame.
shared it.
Why?
Well, you could put the dagger in the door frame. You don't even have to damage it. Put the dagger there, close the door on it, and then it's kind of there, and you can just slash at it.
Or I could just hold the dagger.
If
I held out my
I think
hand.
it's easier. Can you use your arms, your astral arms?
Okay.
Sorry, that's the way that was said. You get arm siding.
Alright, everyone kind of just take a step back.
I'm sat down, so I don't have.
Maeve, at this point, by the way, if anybody, I don't know what the insight would be, but it's very obvious that she's looking very confused
What?
at the astral arms thing.
You've seen it before, right?
And
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realise everybody else had.
Oh. Yeah.
and so I summon my astral arms, the wolf thing appears, and my arms come out. See that in grip?
Okay. Cassian sort of takes a breath and like holds out the clawed hand that you can all see. And just sort of in this, he just like makes sure everyone's moving at least somewhat back. Sort of puts a hand out and slashes down, and I will make an attack roll with advantage because it is a stationary object. Oh Jesus! Okay.
Dagger dice.
Yeah. So you watch as he slashes sort of down, sort of like to like near where the handle is to the center, and the sort of because there's only now 4 claws in their hand. He's sort of only with the 3 that are on like missing the thumb and the broken one. He slashes down, and you watch as the dagger cuts into 4 with that hit.
Okay, metal's off the table then.
Also, just
Son!
well,
No, it's not.
No, not awesome. That could be.
He sort of like
Anyone here.
looks. He looks and hides it.
It's a problem.
All I would. It is your decision to make, Lord Cassian. All I would ask is, why is it you want to go to this event? Is it curiosity? Is it fun? And then weigh that desire up against potentially causing or being responsible for another bout of people being killed.
I understand what you're saying. It's just if we leave Cassian here alone, surely he's in just as much danger.
Well, yes, but it limits the danger that other people are in. If Lord Cassian is in danger, he is in danger here and there. The difference is here, he can't hurt anybody other than those attacking him. We know that because he would be alone. And it's whether or not he's willing to make that decision.
Wouldn't Alex be here too?
Yeah, well, yes. I mean, presumably, but
Like, he wouldn't be alone, because... Right?
Can Alex?
I mean, alone. It's a difference between being attacked with Alex in the room or a room filled with masked people who we
Cassian,
can
how many times since you turned have you been to these events?
I mean, countless.
And how many times have you... She, like, does the quote thing, lost control?
Twice. Ever.
And what happened?
And
then?
one time that's happened has resulted in at least 7 people dying. for context that we know of.
To be fair, do we know that the vampire spawn created has free will and is doing this on his own volition?
Well, regardless, he's the cause of it being a vampire. Yeah.
Still twice in 15 years.
But every time one of these things is created, it goes off specifically kill and cause havoc elsewhere.
However, when he was turned, he was left alone with... Was it Liam? Was that his name?
Yes.
Liam, yes. He was left alone with Liam, and...
This may be James who's forgotten, but who's Liam?
The man who... The ghost who spoke to Maeve, but she would have just told you that she found the letter next to the body when she went to that room. Yeah.
Oh, right. Sorry, yeah.
He was left with Liam, and they were alone, and a day later he woke up and attacked him. Whereas if somebody was to be attacked and we were all there, I'm sure it would be different. And I'm sure we could stop.
Oh, I'm sure that one person who died would be fine, yes. It just seems whether or not he's willing to take responsibility for it, because at the moment we know you've not desired to cause this, but the moment you go out after knowing that this is a possible repercussion, that's you accepting that risk and responsibility. And that, I mean, if you are willing to put the city at risk to go to a party,
no, he is standing there silently thinking.
But again, you are your own personal Cassian. Were it me, I don't know how I'd act in your situation. If I found myself unable to prevent myself hurting those around me, I would try to limit myself to...
You're making it out like he's some kind of monster. It's not like he's going...
Discord did die that time.
Yeah, fully...
It's not like he's going to... Go on.
Yeah.
It's not like he's going out killing people. It was an act of self-defense, and it went awry. And twice in 15 years. And this is the first time it's been this severe.
We don't know that.
To be
You've
fair...
just told us that.
No, we don't know what the other ramifications were last time. We weren't here for that. And if one of these creatures gets away and sires another and another and another, there could be they could be like rats under the city.
I will think on it. This is the reason I wanted to have the discussion.
And as I say, this is a very broad statements, but could you carry on knowing that were something to happen and people were to get hurt because you were there, that you could have prevented that happening? Anyway, this sandwich is great.
Yeah, very good.
I will be upstairs. I'm going to think on it. Thank you. Walks off.
Archon's like, his hands are like, you know when you've been carrying shopping bags, really heavy shopping bag. His fingers are like that, like all warped and kind of, you know what I mean, like all squeezed.
Yeah.
And he kind of like, he's like his knuckles are just like white where he's been twisting.
It's like hard to like flex them open.
Yeah. Well, he's still there, still holding it. And he kind of like, he's like looking down. at the table. Like, obviously, I said about the sandwich to lighten the mood somewhat, but he's very like contemplative.
Yeah.
If I may be excused, I'm going to get some more tea.
Yeah. Well, I would say that Archie does bring up a good point with, like, if he would, like, go berserk, it would be very bad, but also...
if he went berserk, us as a collective unit could probably stop him.
No.
I don't think we could. He's very strong, and we know
anything that could...
It went again, yeah.
Anything that could hurt him in a significant way, we would not be able to stop. Has it done it twice?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
No.
So this is the audio start. The and I was like, fuck's sake.
Music's just quiet.
Anything that could hurt him, we would not be able to stop. He is as safe by himself as he is with us. All we provide is potential collateral damage. As hard as it may be to hear, Side, and none of us are particularly capable of holding our own against those. Well, you yourself saw it this morning. A succubus, you said, attacked you. And...
Yeah, and Cassian is way stronger than that thing you fought.
They were the ones who ran.
Sure, buddy.
Yeah, let's just leave it at that.
I squared up to him after I exited the house. I just needed space.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And I don't want to sound like I'm the be-all and end-all of moral, of morality and righteousness, but at some point, if you know that you are capable of doing things and you continue to do things, at some point you need to take responsibility for the fact that you are causing those things. And even if it is 2 times in 15 years, those are 2 times that would not have happened had he moved away from where people live.
I mean, there's something said, though, that no matter where he went, it's a chance he would still go ballistic. What did you expect him to do? Become a recluse in a cave and in the mountains?
If you... Every time you had the potential to bring the food back that you ate as a mindless killing machine, what would you do? Would you live in a city, or would you put yourself in a place where there was access, perhaps limited access to food, or but away from those that could be hurt by it? Again, I don't want to say like I'm the arbiter of all things good and true and pure in this world. That's not the case. But at some point, a responsibility has to be taken for the decisions that are being made.
Just to lighten the mood, I would probably go vegan.
I don't think that's an option.
I mean, that's what he's tried to do.
But...
Yeah, but that's not good either, because then it's easier to lose control if he doesn't do it.
If he doesn't, yeah. So
if he starves himself for prolonged periods, which we know he does,
which is what he did, which is how he lost control the second, because he.
Yeah. So to summarize in a sentence, if you decide to live in a city and you have a something that you cannot stop other people being contaminated by, and you have the option to live elsewhere, to continue to threaten people with the potential of infection is a choice you make. It is effectively not wearing a mask whilst you have COVID on the tube. That is the metaphor.
Yeah, but he would need to feed on human, because otherwise he would die and...
I don't think he would die, I think he would just...
Go feral.
Go feral, yeah. He said blood bags didn't work, and animal didn't really work. Had to be people.
At this point, Archon is gonna go and stand by, or having said his piece. Is gonna move and stand somewhere else. Not like leave the room, but is gonna examine
the open window or something.
If it was a bookshelf, he would go and examine the bookshelf.
There's not really a bookshelf in this room. It's like a cupboard with dishware and there's a bookshelf. There's a fucking library.
Archon is gonna, having finished his sandwich and not met Slav in the middle for an accidental kiss, is gonna stand up, brush himself down, take the handkerchief he was worrying, and do something with it, like put it in a pocket perhaps. And he's going to, if anyone needs me, I will be in the library.
Sounds good.
Here's your clothes. I picked them up for you.
Oh, thank you. I should go try these on. That's what it's going to do.
I'm gonna go upstairs. To my room.
Okay, so Archeron goes into the library. Slab and Sina go upstairs. What about Drac and Maeve?
Maeve went to her room.
Mel, you
That
mean?
was it. No, Maeve. I don't know what she was doing either.
Well, I think Drac would sit there and thinking what would be the best course of action.
Mhm.
Because they both involve a risk.
Yeah.
And technically speaking, the biggest risk is having Cassian with a lot of people around. But also, he could be good to have with a lot of people around, because then no one would really know what happened if something really did happen. But still, it's
a risk either way.
yeah.
Yeah, Mel's just sitting in that room, just humming to herself, not really paying attention.
She not paying attention to any of the conversation.
No, she was actually listening. She just
Cassian's a vampire. What?
So I'm gonna
she was listening intently and was you can see for anyone, probably none of you are watching, but she was writing down notes on what people were saying and things, but yeah, she just sort of sits there and rereading them.
Yeah, Mel. So, what are your thoughts on this matter?
Well, I'm not the best at figuring out stuff like this, but he seems nice. I mean, I've only met him now, twice?
Yeah, he's not a bad guy.
She points to the cut dagger on the I assume maybe that's cleared up, but a part of it. It's there was a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can understand that since you didn't really know about it.
Well, no, I knew he was a vampire. I was there last time you were talking about it.
You were?
Yeah.
Oh shit, my memory is going really bad. Am I senile?
No, the main thing I was trying to figure out is he just seems a bit sad, It's nothing for him works. There's no solution.
Yeah, I think he really wants to go with this because he seems like he's locked here in this house, kind of, not per se, but you know what I mean. He's can't really go out because it's a danger and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's a real shame.
It's a tough one. Personally, I think it's... Well, I know what's happening. You all know what's happening. And it was all... How much? I'm trying to figure out how much she would actually know. because I'm kind of my brain's sort of confused on who knows what. I'll say she knows like most of it. She was briefed. You know, if it's like Crimson Hand shit, I mean, I've dealt with a few of them before. They don't tend to go for people in crowded spaces.
Yeah, like when we were down in that cellar kind of thing, it seems like they're out of the way. Don't want to cause
Yeah, they're more like, you know,
disturbance.
if they do anything, they're more like assassins and,
Yeah,
you know,
creep in the shadow, creep.
yeah, you know, the quickest thing, you know, rather than a head-on fight, they would be, you know, just trying to pick off one or two, or, you know, in like an alley or something, rather than in a massive room with loads of people. So, to be honest, I think, even though it is a risk, it's probably safer if he is there, just because he's around you guys, and if he's here, he could get attacked on his own, or with Alex. I don't know if Alex can fight.
I think he could, but I don't know how good
No idea.
it would do, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's really difficult. I don't... Personally, I think he should go if he wants to, but I understand if...
I think so too, and like Maeve said, it's just 2 times in 15 years, but also it's 2 times in 15.
Yeah. She's like, so as she saw, she stands up and goes to like the side where the dagger's broken, like picks up a few of the bits, and like this is a normal dagger. It's not very strong. Like I could probably snap it if I tried hard enough.
Oh really?
I mean, they're good, but you know, it's just a bit of metal. Probably
Now I
need
wish
something-
I had a dagger that I could like give her. She would try to break it.
Do I have a dagger? Hold on. I do not have a dagger.
Remind me next time that I should buy a dagger because I really want to see that.
No promises. Probably can't. I just like she like bends like the bit of metal that's there. It's like it's not that strong. You know, daggers aren't that. It's just I don't know. I feel like the glove idea isn't a terrible one. I just think we need a stronger metal or something, you know, magical.
Yeah, if we had something magical to like make into gloves or something like that,
Yeah,
it'd
something
probably
like that.
be better. But
Or like
yeah,
gauntlets.
magical stuff is hard to come by.
Yeah. Or you know, like magical metal gauntlets would probably do the trick.
Yeah,
Something that goes around the arm and the hand and would stop it.
so you don't have like magical gauntlets laying around in your house.
You know, I don't. I'll keep you posted.
Good.
I mean, the only magic thing I got actually like gestures to the sword. It's just a bit of an enchantment to help a bit better. Nothing major though.
Yeah, but to be fair, when we fought in the theater, that really helped. I think we would have been like really fucked if you weren't there because.
Well, that's why I'm here, and I'm gonna be at the thing tomorrow as well. So if he starts going haywire, I could probably give him an old knockout. The old 1-2.
Yeah, because I don't think he will go.
I don't think he will, but there's no really way of telling.
Yeah,
I think
that's
it's
the
just-
problem.
I mean, obviously, as Archeron said, it's up to him.
Yeah, I do understand Archie's worries.
No,
So-
yeah, it makes sense. Both of them make sense. I don't know what the best solution is.
Yeah.
Real predicament.
Yeah, I feel the same way. A little bit conflicted. It's hard.
It is difficult. But I don't know. We'll have to decide what he says.
Yeah, I would say like in the end, it's up to what Cassian.
Yeah, it's
wants.
up to him. And I mean, I've even been to some events where he's been there, and I didn't see anything wrong until I guess I knew, and still I don't see much wrong with him. Just unfortunate.
The way I see him, he's just a nice guy who's. Yeah, have this
Yeah, under a bad circumstance.
curse on him, or what do you
Yeah,
want to call it?
I feel like he should still be allowed to live though.
Yeah, because you can live and you can live.
Yeah, I
There's a
feel like
difference.
I don't know. He just seems a bit, sad, and I think he just needs something to cheer him up a bit.
Yeah, I think so too, actually.
But yeah, and we'll move from there to what other people are doing. So, Slab, I guess you're trying on your cool, swanky outfit.
Yeah, I'm just getting attacked by dogs at the minute.
Okay, that's fine. Why are you getting attacked by dogs? Does anyone? So I know Archon's reading. What about Sidon or Maeve? Doing anything?
Sidon goes to his room. He's still got his arms up. They're up for 10 minutes.
Oh
Anyway.
yeah.
He sort of
Can't
brings
you
them forward.
dismiss them?
I can, but I like to have them up for the full
Okay.
minutes. I want to do it anyway. I sort of bring them forward and just sort of look at them and just go, Wolf, thanks for the assist with the succubus. I felt you stopped that charm effect. One time that urge is actually coming real good handy.
You trying to elicit a response?
No, I just want to talk to him. I never expect a response from him at this point.
Okay.
It's not something I do talk to him. I talk to him. I don't expect one back.
You don't hear anything.
And then I sort of dismiss the arms.
Okay. And I assume you try on your outfit now. It's proper as well.
Yeah, I'll give it a
Yeah.
try on. Yeah.
And probably try and figure out how to fuck the chainmail fits.
Yeah.
The tank top chainmail.
The tank top chainmail, yeah. Trademark. Cool. Maeve, you doing anything?
I think she should retreat to her bedroom. She's probably just pacing, thinking, feeling bad. Nothing comes to mind.
Okay. So we know. Archon, you're reading.
I've
you're
never
in the
been in the
library.
library before, so I don't know
Yes.
what's in there.
I mean, there are stacks of like various genres of books. A lot of
Stacks on stacks.
some may say. But I will remind you, do you have those books that you got from Orion?
Mhm.
That
Yeah.
you.
I mean,
can't
I
read?
always space for more books.
No, I'm just mentioning, But in Cassin's library, there's sort of a mix of a lot of things. There's sort of Crown Top. Oh, I'm sorry, not Crown Top, just Itheralba. Sort of, I guess, lore is the best way to put it. Lore and lore in both senses. There's sort of world books, geography. There's history books to an extent of the history specifically of Itheralba. There is creatures. There is a few on gods, but not really. Just like the generic, God 101.
The Bible.
Pretty much the Bible. It's like an encyclopedia. There's also
Gods for dummies.
yes. But dummies have a Z. But yeah, there's also, there's a few books on. I mean, I think Drac has the books on vampires. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I was gonna return them, but
Yeah, and then I think the only other there's a few smart books.
of course.
But there's a spread of
Always.
things. You
So
can
I think-
find like simple things on most.
Most of so at first, Archon's going to be pulling down like a geography book and maybe trying to find out a little. And I know he rolled really well in his history check to know about the like Civil War, whatever the war is, from where I can't remember, but Archon certainly would, from where what's his name, where from Sidon is from. But he'd probably like flicking through but not reading it. It's like it's not going in.
Yeah,
He's
just
like glancing at it
idle.
when he's waiting for porridge. Most definitely. When you mention law, is that LAW as well as LORA?
Sorry.
Okay, so if his eyes land on a book on like law and like
Which law?
legalities,
Okay, yeah.
he's going to cast an eye in the book around what you are meant to do in terms of like alerting the city to potential threats. and the cause of
Okay.
the threat.
Make me an investigation check.
I suppose I can't argue for.
No.
Oh,
Jesus.
27.
I'll say less than normal. You can argue for Arcana because this is very boring, very generic.
Yeah, the law's not boring.
Very normal.
Yeah, very.
Legalese.
Very in air quotes human.
Yeah.
I mean, I think most things of this nature, you know, alerting to threats and things like that are based around big things. You know, dragon attack, or I don't know, fucking I don't know. You know, big things that aren't not obvious. That makes sense. You know, like where lookout points are, where there would be like, you know, like bells to ring, telling dragon knights, telling city guards, higher ups, things like that. And you know, this is a very unique circumstance, so I don't think you're gonna. I mean, if, you know, with a nat 20, obviously you can infer how you want to infer, but I don't think you're gonna find specifically if a lord is a vampire and blah 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 blah. You should X Y Z.
No, but I mean, presumably there is if you, in the case of Chrysanthemum versus the city, where it became apparent that Chrysanthemum, the necromancer, had accidentally sired like this potentially ravening demon and didn't tell people about it, and he was alerted. He was decided by the city to be responsible for that because he didn't tell them about it. That kind of thing.
I mean, it's, as with a lot of things, it's very much up to, like, they can give you, I don't know how to describe it. It's, I don't think there would be, like, things in place for a situation like this.
No, okay.
You know, it's a very unique circumstance.
Okay, that's fine. So there's no lead from the lower. So he's gonna flick pages and like browse through books. There's no books on like specific magic, so maybe he'd look at the history of this city, like specifically see if there's any history on Cassian himself that he hadn't, like, I don't want to say made available to us. I don't think he's hidden anything from us, but equally we have not asked him to sit us down and tell us his entire life story.
Yeah.
So if there is an abridged version,
there isn't like the history of Lord Castanerelis. That's, you know, you don't find anything like that.
A multi-year diary?
No. And if you did have a diary, it wouldn't be in the library. Looking for history of the city. It's sort of very intertwined with the history of Itheraldo, which I can give a very briefly abridged version. About 450, or slightly less than that, years ago, there was the first ruler of Itheraldo was named King Elliot Thoraldo, who united sort of the tribes around the area into a single kingdom. And he was born in what is now, I'll change the map quickly, into what is now known as Thorald Village in the north, which is the big contention for the war. But the last battle, or like the last setting of the battle that decided he was king was where Crown Top now stands, sort of around this sort of valley area. And it was where he was crowned king. It was where things like that would happen, which is why the city was built upon that area, and was built up and up and up with the castle at the top, which is now why it's, you know, the capital and the sort of central area for Crown Top, for Itheraldo.
And with so kind of unusually for Archon, he's not like, he's kind of reading through it, and like, I don't know if any of you've like tried to revise, but you're just not, you know, you've not had that coffee, you've not done your ADHD steps for the day, so it's just not going in. He's just kind of flicking through the pages idly. Very unlike him, he's not like he's not captivated by the words he's seeing.
I mean, it is all like pretty dull. Let's be honest.
Yeah, well, I mean that really normally wouldn't bother him, but for whatever reason, he's not his full curious self. He's seems to be much more preoccupied about where Porridge is.
And we'll say after like 10 minutes of reading, I mean, I guess the first people who noticed was Drac and Mel, who were in the kitchen, the dining room. They would see Porridge fly through the window. And I assume most of the doors are open, so you go. Porridge just flies straight past you, Drac, and straight past Mel, into sort of the main foyer, and then into the games room, then into the library, and like sits on a bookshelf.
So immediately, sunlight breaks through the clouds, and he calls him over, and he gives him, he rubs behind the ears and gives him little scritches, and then he's gonna sit down with him, have a. I don't know if anyone's actually near them or followed him in, but he would be very, very softly humming a little song to Porridge as he scritches him. And once he's finished that, and he's kind of cheered himself up a bit, he's gonna bring out his spell book, find a blank page, and together they're gonna sketch out the layout of the.
But with the one, Porridge did not get greatest of information. But let me see.
Porridge.
Porridge, you do get the look of a very large building, like a dance hall almost, like a massive dance hall, with grey-blue stone, with white. I can hear myself.
Yeah, I could hear you double.
That's weird.
There for a sec.
With sort of white engravings on the stone, sort of pillars of stained glass. Towards the front side, showing a starscape with moons and things like that. There was also Porridge just told you about. There were 2 Dragonites standing guard at the door. Then around there are a few balconies, but with a 1, that's all.
Yeah,
I probably gave you more than I should have, but yeah.
No, that's fine. The Dragonites actually remind me of something I wanted to ask Mel. So after he's kind of got this. Fairly useless information from Porridge, but he's still very happy to have him back. Archer's going to just make sure he's nice and clean and tidy. He's going to head back to Mel and Drac.
Okay. Wait a second. We'll jump. 3 of you doing anything? Rest of you?
I think Cassian's upstairs, right?
Cassian is there. I should change that token. Or just make it. So I added the thing with his name. Cool. Yeah, he is upstairs in his writing room.
I think she'd just go and.
That was a weirdly perfect knock. Yes.
Steps in, I guess. There's not really a yes. I think she'd just give him a look as if to say, bad time?
No, it's fine. You can see he was sitting at the desk, in the disguise, but with the claws out, looking at them, and he's just you can. Can you make me a perception or investigation check?
My passive perception is 13.
Okay, well, I'll give you something anyway. But if you roll higher, I'll tell you more.
Perception or
investigation, your choice.
Perception's higher.
18. Four. You can see that on the desk is high grit sandpaper with a metal plate underneath that you can tell from what he was doing he's trying to file the claws.
You okay?
Fine, I guess. Not much to say.
I would offer to help, but I'm not sure that's a good idea.
What do you mean?
Well, you managed to split the dagger, so I'm not sure sandpaper would...
I know, it's Just, I guess a nervous thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm somehow less sure than I was before. He makes good points, and
Well,
I'm not sure.
for what it's worth, I've been to more of these fancy events than I've had hot dinners. So, if you're saying, then I can stay.
He gives like a soft look and she says, "No, you've clearly put time into your outfit. Your hands can prove it with the cuts."
She like looks at the cuts on her hand, like, yeah.
And I wouldn't want to take away from that.
I just don't think the smartest idea is to leave you alone when people are trying to kill you. So,
Yes, but in the same vein, if I'm left alone, or if it is just the two of us, I would not want you to also be put in the firing line.
well, the offer's there anyway.
Yes, yeah, and that's... I'm also nervous if they go to the event and think Archeron, or whoever it is, me, whoever is disguised as me, is me, and they attack them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want people getting hurt, and if someone does get hurt, I would prefer it to be me, just in case.
I think that's the problem, though. We don't
What do you
want
mean?
we don't want you to get hurt because you the claws.
Yes. I did have a slight idea. I do like your glove idea, and I think that might be the best thing, even if it's a slight break for a moment, it could work. The other thought I had was if I get in any danger at all, I can move myself away. Pretty far away. Not out of the city far, but enough where I don't think I'd be a danger to anyone else.
I think if you decide to go, the best option is for us to stay with you, and therefore, if you are attacked, we can be a buffer, almost, for you to get away, I mean.
Well, no, because if they're after me, they're after me. And I do have a few tricks that I can use to move away, and I would like to think that I can control it even for a moment to do that. Because I've been attacked before, and it's not happened.
Well, whatever you decide, I'll be happy to help.
Thank you. I'm now more nervous that if I do decide to go, that Archeron might get annoyed.
I don't know Artron well enough yet. But let's just say tensions are already a little high with him.
Yeah, yes. I mean, that's fair. He brings up good points. I want to know that I can be better, and I was thinking if something does go wrong, then I will take his advice and leave.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make sense. Because of this, I've been in this house for what? 5 days? And I'm not doing very much now. I was staying here because I didn't trust the person. I didn't trust who they'd bring in after me. But if I'm not doing anything, then there isn't a point in me being here. So I puts a hand on his forehead. I think that's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Whether it's against my better judgment or his own.
Well,
And that's what I'll tell him.
you're your own person, Cassian. You can make your own choices.
What was your opinion on the whole thing?
She, shrugs. I know what it's like to feel trapped. And I got away at the earliest opportunity, so my opinion on it is you should be allowed to make your own mistakes.
I have made plenty of mistakes. I just don't want to be the reason that someone else can't make them. Many more people.
As I said downstairs, twice in 15 years is impressive considering the burden that you've been dealing with. So she shrugs again.
Well, I think saying that, I think that has convinced me, but I will be wary, and
Just do me a favor and don't make out like I'm the one that
Mm.
persuaded you. I don't need that. But I will leave you with your thoughts, and if you need me, I'll be in my room.
of course, I will talk to you later.
Mhm.
So you walk off? Yeah, Suddenly do anything?
I was actually just going to ask. Over the time that's gone on, has it been enough time for us to get in a short rest?
Not yet. It's only probably been about 20 minutes, half an hour.
Okay.
No
worries.
Okay.
Just wondering.
yeah.
I would like to take a short rest at some point.
Yes, yeah. I assume you will. I assume.
Wasting
Be-
key points.
Yeah.
Not waste them.
Slab, unless you're doing anything, we will cut back to Drac and Archeron.
Well, not particularly, because, he probably come back downstairs after trying it on and was like, yeah, it fits.
Not going to show it off.
Catwalk.
Not really, isn't it? Like he said, he's like, he doesn't know anything about fashion, so it's like, fits. Okay,
Cool.
pretty good.
Cool. So I guess we'll cut back to probably happening simultaneously is Archeron walks in with Porridge and sees Mel and Drac talking.
Hello both.
Hi.
Mel, I was
Hello.
Mel, I was wondering if I could pick your brains for a moment.
Yeah. Okay. What do you need?
Well, you know, Lilcassin situation, don't you?
Pretty much, yeah. I think so.
Yes. Are you not obliged to tell the city about it, considering what's happened in the last few days?
Well, going to be completely honest, possibly. Maybe. I was thinking about that. After I was here last time. I'm just not. I'm not sure on the situation. She's like puts her hand on the table. I don't know. It's unheard of, to my knowledge. And she just sighs. Don't know. Sorry.
So you've not spoken to any of your immediate superiors about it?
No,
advice.
The person who is my superior is her. The blue captain, and she's currently off to the border of the dynasty.
Well, surely there is, well, regardless of that, and yes, she is awful. Surely she arranged holiday cover. It's not just. It doesn't end with her, does it?
No, she's not going on holiday. It's a lot of Dragonite to go into fight or something. No, I think the person who I would report to is the what's his name?
I want to say Jareth, but I don't know where I'm pulling that from.
You are. I think you're right.
Yeah.
Wow. Hero point back. Hero point back.
Please.
If you're right, I'll think. If you're right, I'll think about it. Actually,
I don't know where I pulled that from. Hang on.
Right.
Jareth. With a K.
Oh, so close.
Oh.
I was thinking Jareth, the Goblin King. Is what I was thinking of.
The other person would be the Red Marshal. I don't know.
Well, you know there is Artron, his visage is despondent. He was hoping for a clear-cut answer here. Okay.
It's unheard of, and I'm one person. I don't know what the protocol is. I don't know what the best thing to do is. I was saying to Drek, he seems nice. He just has this. He's just unfortunate circumstances.
That's a very loose way of putting it. He's directly responsible for the death of at least 10 people.
I meant the whole thing in general, but yeah.
It is what it is. I would have thought that a dragon, someone in your position, would have been able to direct us. Obviously, whether or not he's specifically guilty of a crime is no. That's cut and dry. He picked someone and went out and then identified a person to feed off and then kill, and that's murder. And there are many things here that it isn't confusing. It's very cut and dry, and I think we are.
Well, I don't think it's cut and dry.
Well, if you were to go out and find a criminal that was due to be executed, but you went out of your way to kill them first, for your own reasons,
he mentioned before,
that isn't an execution. That's murder.
He mentioned before he wasn't. Well, he wasn't. He did say he wasn't trying to kill them.
But he did though. He did kill them. So whether or not he planned to or not, and that has happened before, and that death directly caused others. We don't know how many more. It is very. I think. I don't know. It just feels that he's very nice that we're. If he had 3 eyes and spoke with slobber, I don't think we'd be having this conversation. I think that the Dragon Guard would be putting him in a cage right now. but because he looks nice, we are having this conversation. And
I
apologies if you
don't
can
think
hear
it's 'cause
a
he-
porridge barking in the background.
I don't think it's because he. It's not because he looks nice. It's because he has done things for this city that are good.
Does that outweigh the deaths that he's responsible for?
I mean,
So hypothetical, if I were to donate, say, 1,000 gold to every orphan in the city, and then go out and murder one of them, the good would outweigh the murder.
No, because you're.
Because what I'm saying is that's a choice he's making by going out to feed on these people. I know it's a drive that he says he can't control, and the hunger is a driving force. But really, I don't know. I was hoping for a cut and dry answer here.
Well, things really are cut and dry, are they? It's no. It's
yes,
not,
but
it's not a yes or
you're
no
the
world.
arbiter. Well,
No,
it can be though. You could go and ask. You could go now and ask. You could go
Okay.
now and not say any names. I'm not saying to do so. You don't have to mention any names. You could just go to the city and say a previously unidentified vampire who can hide from the divine sense has been found, and they are responsible, well, indirectly or not, for the recent attacks. They were the initial source of it. And then see what they say.
Well, I think what you're doing is you're mentioning all the bad stuff and not mentioning. You don't.
Because the bad
You're not-
things are the things that are important here, Mel. The bad things are the ones that could hit. It could come back to bite us again and again and again. Excuse the pun. The good things are one part of it. He may be the nicest man on the face of the earth, but if at a drop of a hat he is unable to control this element of himself, what would you do if you knew that at any time you got hurt, you could kill the person without meaning to that attacked you, regardless of whether they were intending to attack you? They could have been, it could be an accidental attack, and that instance of you hurting them and killing them could bring them back, and then as a consciousless being of just pure hunger that would infect another.
But I was thinking, like, if he attacks someone, can't we, like, make sure that person stays dead?
But that's beside
Or
the point. At that
stays-
point, he's already murdered some. He's already.
Yeah, I
Because
know.
if he goes out to make that decision, if he's accepting that responsibility, then it isn't manslaughter. He's going. He's going out, putting that energy out in the world to do it, and then we have to clean up his mess because he's made the decision that rather than the safety of the people around him, he would like to have a cocktail sausage and a little party. And that doesn't sound to me as a good person.
Yeah, but we need to, like, consider his feelings too, actually.
What about our feelings? What about the feelings of everyone around us? We don't know what do the people of the city not get to say in this? They have an undetected member of the undead walking around who at any moment could snap because of something they can't control. None of them know about it.
Yeah, that's the thing they can't control.
Yes. So the group of people who are going to be in a room with us, we know that there is an element, that there's a high chance that there's going to be some kind of attack. We know, we've been warned by a couple of people now. And the people in that room don't get to make that choice. He's taking that choice away from them the minute he steps out that door every single time.
Yeah, but he's at risk if he stays alone here.
Yes, but that, I'm afraid to say, like, so, if he's killed, then, I'm sorry to say this, then a lot of the danger disappears.
And also a lot of good that he can do, like helping us, also disappears.
Well, I mean, I don't sound barbaric about it, but we've only known him a few days. It's... Imagine every time you took out your bone sword. That I know it hurt you, but imagine it hurt somebody else. Would you take it out ever again if it hurt somebody else that you couldn't control who it hurt?
Probably not.
Well.
But he can't control it, that's the thing. I can control my sword.
He's just putting everybody at risk. By
Okay,
leaving.
can I ask you? You asked me the question.
Mhm.
What would you do?
If it were me?
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to think that I'd have the drive to do
And-
something, to remove myself from the equation, to take myself away from the city where I'm constantly putting others at risk. Put myself in the highest tower of the darkest keep.
And be a feral, whatever you be in
But
that
he turns
circumstance
feral
forever.
anyway when he's attacked, so that happens anyway. Apparently.
Yeah, but would you live for eternity in a tower in probably constant hunger and anguish and distress?
Is that not what he's doing anyway?
I mean, I don't think he's in constant hunger and anger and distress.
I don't know, I'm not in that position, but I'd like to think that if it was me, that I would remove myself from a city full of people who I could hurt. Could you live with yourself? Like, I don't know. I don't know. It's not a situation that I thought I'd ever find myself discussing, but it seems to me that we have a loose weapon that no one has any control over.
Yeah, and this is
A blade on a
also
pendulum.
a hard question because you do make good points that you do, Archie, but again, it's... Yeah, I don't know how to describe it. I'm very conflicted in this question.
You do have to remember, he is a person as well.
Yes, and I say the person. All I'm saying is, if he goes out, if he makes the choice to go out and endanger these people again, and somebody gets hurt, then that is no longer an accident. That is a choice that he's made to do. He is willing to risk other people's lives for the sake of him going to a party. So I want to be very clear that I'm understood. But that is how I'm viewing it. And again, it's his decision, and I can't stop him to making.
I mean, I don't think any of us could stop him.
Yeah.
I was saying it to Drac. I think I believe that he should have the chances like everyone else.
He's had the chance, though, hasn't he? Has he not lived? Has he not been out before? Is that enough, or do we have to keep?
Well, he has been out before, and that's what I was saying to Drac. He's been out before, and I don't see it.
Yeah, he has been in situations like this before
Yeah,
with many people, and nothing has happened.
But where we know there's a danger of him being. This isn't a normal situation. This isn't a normal him leaving to where he feels secure. He can remove himself from the situation if he gets too boisterous. We know that there's a danger of him being of any of us being attacked. We know that. Like, Sidon today was attacked. What if that was him? What if he was attacked in the street by one of these creatures, and he lashed out and hit a
Well, I think
pregnant
that's
mother?
probably the reason he's been in his house for days.
So why can't he continue?
Well, it just gives you like a... I don't know how to describe the look, but like a... I actually don't know how to describe the look, because I made the look, but I don't know how I could describe it. Like sort of...
Defeated by superior intellect?
No, James. No, sort of like this... Like, the squint in the side, like... Not, like open mouth, I guess, like... Because he has the same right to... live
Yeah,
as
he
everyone
has
else.
the same rights as us, and equally, like, the same responsibilities as us. If I were to go out and every time, any time that I got into a fight, there was a chance that I turned into some kind of unstoppable monstrosity, I would expect someone to intervene with it.
Okay, when that happens, I'll let you know, and I'll hit you. She just like, I like not shrugs, but like puts her hands up and like I don't know what to do, and just says, "I'll be around. either at the Bastion or at my house. I guess I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes. Nice seeing you, Mel.
Nice seeing you too. Yeah, just let everyone else know that I said bye.
Yeah, sure.
She walks off.
Yeah, this is really... It's hard. Because in the end, it's his decision to make, like, if he wants to go or not. But, yeah, it's still hard to... Yeah, it's just hard to know what the right decision to make is. For me, anyway.
Well, I don't think it's that hard. I don't know.
You do see the doors to the sitting room open, and Alex walks in. With he's like sort of not looking defeated, but sort of like somber, if that makes sense. Would either of you like some food or drink?
No, I think not. Thank you, Alex. I think is the ball today or tomorrow?
Tomorrow evening.
Tomorrow. What time is it now? Like
early afternoon. 2, 1.
Oh. No, thank you, Alex. I'm wondering whether we should, when we should head back to our rooms. I think I maybe should have sent porridge with Mel, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. She shouldn't be walking alone.
I might send porridge after her, actually.
Okay.
Like not so she'd notice, just to keep an eye on her to make sure she gets into a house. Okay.
Yeah. So you send porridge. I'll say sort of Alex sort of stands by the door for a second. It just says, I know tensions are a lot. But I just, no matter the circumstance, Cassian is a good man at heart. And he has done a lot for the city, for people.
I don't know why people are trying to convince me of this. It's not me he needs to convince. I can't stop him doing. If he decides to do something, there's nothing I can do to prevent it. I'm just saying how I would, what I would hope someone would say to me in the same situation.
And what is that hope?
That he considers the implications of his actions properly, and that he takes into consideration that he's going out there, and when he does, he's putting others at risk. And I know he's your employer. I'm not sure of the correct word, master. I hate. He
is my friend.
Well, as his friend, you want him to make the best decisions possible, correct?
I do.
Okay.
I will speak to you soon.
I think maybe. Archon's going to not follow him out like talking to him. He's going to follow him out, and then perhaps not leave the house, but stay on the grounds.
Mm-hmm. It's not like that big of a ground. It's like a back garden. There's not really like a front garden. There's like a small it's like courtyard's the best word at the front, but like not. There's like a smallish garden, but.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go to the library and just return the books, like put them in where he took them from. So,
going to observe the damage that Poseidon did with his astral arms gardening.
I did a really good job at fixing the second time around.
Remember?
Yeah, he did. You can see like a bit of dirt picked up, but yeah, it's not too bad. So, for the sake of ease, because a lot of conversations have been happening, we'll say it gets to, I won't say evening, because I think some people might have left by then. but sort of a moment where everyone, or anyone who wants to be, is in the same room.
Would this been long enough for a short rest?
Yes, it would have been.
That's short rest.
Period.
Probably would have been an hour or two, 3 hours, something like that. Just so everyone's thought about it, cooled off, or whatever. And we'll say, sake of ease, people are in the dining room. Don't just place stuff on the map if you don't want to. I don't think it's last very long. So once most people are in the room, Cassian, he walks in, or just like goes to the doorway.
Bumps into me.
He just sort of stands at the doorway. And because obviously there's been a lot of conversations, and I don't want to keep repeating the same facts, we'll say there's been a conversation where all the things mentioned have been mentioned, unless you want to have something specifically mentioned or not mentioned. You can, if you have that, say it now. Cool.
I see what you meant. Is like, is there any other points you'd like to?
Yeah, any other points or anything specifically you didn't want said to everyone. But Cassian, he says, So takes a breath. I will stay.
Oh.
I think it's best. The only further thing that I would say is that Archon, you might need to practice being me. And good luck tomorrow. Archon, I understand if you don't want to be in a room alone with me, but if there is a chance, I would have you practice or try to be close to how I am, just in case.
As in the voice?
The voice, the mannerisms, things like that.
Yeah, of course. Yes, I was. The plan was to get in as you and then disappear slightly to a corner and drop the disguise and resume the party as myself. Presumably, people aren't checking the invites on the inside.
I don't know Celine well, but he is very particular with things. So I wouldn't bet on it. It's not out of the question.
But wouldn't we have like the mask on so they can't see who we are?
Yes,
Well,
I've got red skin.
That's,
Remember?
yes.
Yeah, I know.
Red skin, completely different hair and teeth, and lovely straight teeth apart from these tusks.
And I am, 3 inches taller.
Yeah, it's just like, would he like have that close call on everyone who will be there to know that
Not.
these Orlings that stand over there, I didn't invite him?
I'm not sure. He's very
Well, would-
particular, so I wouldn't put it past him.
Then that's a problem.
Not really. I can try, of course. There are things I can do. I can review my spells and try to make it as
Well, I don't think there's anything better than just acting. No magic needed there.
And
Archon.
Archie, if you don't want to be alone, I can stay here with you. It's no problem.
It's not that. It's the acting that I was pulling a face at. So Archon's going to attempt Cassian's. Can you, for my benefit,
Yes.
introduce yourself? Hello, I am Lord Cassian.
Hello,
Aurelius.
I am Lord Cassian Aurelius.
So Archon's going to hear that. Let's see if I've got any spells.
I will. So if you don't want to do it through spells and through like trying to do it yourself, I will allow. Hold on, I have it written down. Where is it? I will allow a performance, persuasion, to like accurately speak like him. An investigation to try and mimic his voice, to like learn the patterns of his voice and mimic it. Or a deception, of course.
So we're going to go for an investigation to try and learn the pattern of his voice. Mm-hmm. Obviously, because all my charisma checks are up to 0.
Very good. 26.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do
19.
Pretty good job. 19 is a 26.
Yeah, I know, but I rolled a 19.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah, so you do a pretty good job of that, and he's like genuinely like impressed. The other thing is walking. It's a minor thing, or just how I move, how you move. It's obviously slightly different.
So what my plan was to put a copper piece between my cheeks and try to hold it there as I walked.
I don't walk like that.
Make a deception roll, please.
He's not lying, bitch. No, but it's mainly in like less for walking, more when you talk, because he does a bit of like movements with his hand when he talks, but it's mainly like the hand like moving to the side to address someone, or the slight like bow or the slight look, something like that. Mm-hmm. So I will allow sort of. Again, investigation.
I will go for a different one this time.
Performance. I will allow acrobatics, or sleight of hand as well. Unless you can argue, if you can argue something else, I'll allow it.
I can't argue Arcana, so I'll go sleight of hand.
Can't.
So Archeron is very awkward, like in his movements. He's always it's like at the moment he feels I suppose some relief when Cassie said he wouldn't be going, but he's still like nervous around him, and especially in the group he's only really kind of calm when there's only a few people around him. So he's like trying to do like this what I perceive as like the like very cool, calm and collected gestures, but like he's doing it with one hand, but with the other he's like bunching his hands into fists, like tugging his shirt every so often. He like
he's
fusses
noticing that
something.
Archon just says Archon says, Cassian says, it's not too bad, the presenting hand, but he just like gestures to the other hand, tense.
I will
obviously it doesn't need to be
yes.
Perfect. The other things is a bit of information, just in case you get asked. He's just like sort of with everyone in the room is a bit like sheepish about it. My mother is Mary Aurelius. My father is Harvey Aurelius.
Actually, so mother.
I can send it to you afterwards.
Yeah, if you can, yeah.
I was born in Port Lyron in 1461. I became an official member of the Crown Top government in 1483, and my official title is the Law Master of the Middle City. Is there anything else you think?
Law Master.
I'll just send that to you privately.
Yeah. Okay. So he will. He thinks about it because you've not met. Sir Salim before. Is there anyone else there who you are on familiar terms with? You might be expected to.
I don't know who's there. I probably know everyone slightly, but by name, not by anything else. But usually they will introduce themselves first.
Well, with the masks as well. Is there anyone there? Yeah. Anyone in the city you're particularly or have been in the past particularly close with?
Apart from Orion, I don't believe so. No one of note.
I think, and Archer's going to turn to the group. Would anyone mind if I let Master Orion in on the deception?
I don't care.
Would it help?
Well, it would help if I put my foot in it somewhat. that Lord Orion could, sorry, Master Orion could step in and correct the faux pas?
That depends if we can trust him with this.
Why could
He
you
is not
trust him?
aware I am a vampire.
Would he?
Then I think he would be a little bit suspicious if
Well-
we go and say, yeah, Archeron is gonna play the role
Well,
of
no, we
Cassian.
could say that
He
we are
would-
trying to
It's a
flush
known
out
thing
a
that he's
potential
bit of a
threat.
recluse. You're a bit of a recluse. Sorry.
What?
Or that he's targeted for assassination attempts or whatever.
That might make things more.
Yeah,
Um,
we need to make up a story at least, because I don't think he would buy that we would
Well-
just do it for funs and gags.
Well, I worked with Orion a number of years ago. I actually don't remember. And to be honest, I don't think he will. I helped him chart a
Busy
star
high
map.
on drugs.
No. I helped him chart a star map. The stars above Crown Top.
Didn't he mention that?
He does.
did,
But
he did.
Cassian doesn't know what he mentioned.
Oh no, he's just like talking to himself.
Yeah. I think that's really all. He knows my name. I know. You know his name. I think it all should be alright.
Yeah, if we just have a story and stick to it, everyone then would be fine.
Yes, just try not to make up too much. He looks at Archeron.
Archeron's worrying a fingernail. He's not. So his plan was to get in as he said, get in as Cassian, and then drop the deception and try to blend into the crowd, knowing that he's got to be there, kind of on act all day, or for the entire thing, is worrying him slightly. But he's quite preoccupied with that. By the way, did Porridge come back?
Oh, yeah.
It did. I'm assuming Mel got there fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, he's gonna start talking to Porridge. It's well, I had a plan that you could come, but if I can't, I don't. I look at Lord Cassian. You've never been seen in public with a magpie, have you, by any chance?
Nope.
Well, he can
That's
sit
brilliant.
on my shoulder if Porridge is fine with that.
Well, I think that might be quite. I feel a little bit lost without him there. I've got, and he can keep an eye out as well and help me and keep an eye on everyone there. And I got him a little outfit as well. So yeah, I think that'd be better.
That's so cute.
Got him a little pink hat.
Well, I will leave you all.
Sorry, look, actually, before you go, thank you. I know I've spoken at length and quite ferociously about this. It's just that for the moment things are in a delicate balance, and I don't want you to be in a situation where you're regretting a decision that you've made.
I'm currently regretting a lot of decisions. I will probably see you all tomorrow. Does anyone know where Maeve is? She's not in the room. I haven't seen her.
I think she left. She was here in the beginning. But then she moved out this door, I think.
Alright.
Maybe she's in her room. I don't know.
Possibly. Where is Maeve?
She's in her room.
Okay. There we go. Here's another. Alright, I will check in her room. Have a good night.
You too.
Walks off. So yeah, he will go up to people up here, shouldn't they? Yeah. He will go up to, obviously he doesn't know where you are, but he'll check. Knocks on the door.
Yes.
It's just me.
She is currently like unpinning the dress from the mannequin and like lying it on the bed.
Mhm.
Everything okay?
Fine. I will not be joining you for the event, but I still want you to go.
I'm not 100% comfortable with that.
Neither am I, but I wouldn't want to get rid of someone else's evening. So please, if not feel self-enjoyed for me.
She's got like a very, I don't know the right way to describe the look on her face. Stern, confused,
Yeah,
kind of
melancholy.
determined. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, melancholy. I don't know the right word to describe it. But like her brows are furrowed, but she like her mouth looks sad. I pulled the face, so I'm trying to describe it.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. And just make sure that Archon doesn't get too flamboyant with his he just like gestures to himself.
Oh, he's not. This is not a good idea.
Well, I don't think either of them were a good option. I do just think this is the lesser of two evils. But it makes
Why are
sense.
we going again?
At this point, I'm not even sure. I was invited, and I think it would be weird if I didn't attend. Well, a version of me didn't attend.
No,
and now,
I
yes.
if you've been invited but you didn't show, is that, you think that would cause concern? Or a version of you, shall we say?
I not sure.
Because I don't think that we're getting anything out of going. I think we're delaying leaving. This is why I'm frustrated by everything. But she's like, you know, and she's like gesticulating with her hands and like flapping her arms around, and she's like, "But whatever."
I'm not sure anymore, but I think considering Orion knows and Mel knows, and I assume now others know, I think it'd be weird if now I, in air quotes, didn't attend.
Okay. She like picks
the
the
dress
dress
looks
back up.
good,
Puts it-
by the way.
Thank you.
I'll be in my room.
Mhm.
And yes, he goes back to his room, and unless there's anything people want to do for the evening, you can all take a long rest. I assume Archer. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, so Archon and Draken, well, Archon would hang around for a little bit longer, and then if there was nothing happening, he would.
I mean, Alex probably would have offered to make food.
I don't think he'd wait that long. Like, this isn't the high charisma, sure of himself spellcaster. This is a very nervous person who thinks that he's just strong arm someone with his own, like, you know, high moral standpoint views, and is very worried about having to pretend to be that person tomorrow. So he wouldn't hang around indefinitely for food. He would probably, if no one was speaking, he would eventually, once Porridge got back, he would say to Drax that he would leave.
Yeah, I think I will be leaving too.
Cool. So you two go back to the inn. Slab side of move. Anything?
No, I think I'm good.
Nope, we're good. There's nothing to be discussed now. I don't know if everyone's going to bed.
Cool.
I think she would stay in her room for a while, and then maybe go down and get some food.
Yeah, Alex would have, you know, again offered for food, so you could have got some.
She probably would have just checked in as well, just on Alex,
Mhm.
because he was kind of in the middle of all that.
Yeah. So Alex would just be in the kitchen, probably finishing up some food for, you know, reduced amount of people. Just be. So I assume you walked in.
Just trying to find my token. There we go. There's too many now.
Yeah. He just like gives a nod.
Everything okay?
As fine as it can be. I don't disagree with the decision that people made. It's just not nice to see a friend like that.
No. I just wish there was something we could do.
So do I. But I've been saying that to myself for years, and still haven't been able to come up with anything.
She like taps her head, you know, like the thinking thing.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, well, hopefully in time, if I can get more information,
Yeah.
we can figure something out.
But I think he's made the decision to stay now. But
I mean, in the
yes,
long
in the
run.
long run, yes. What did you want to eat?
Whatever is available. I'm not fussy.
There's a few things. He just hands you food X. I don't know. I can't come up with something in my head.
She like puts it on a little tray.
Silence, Mr. Meat.
No.
Oh no! I'm not, you know what? I'm sorry, but I'm not hungry.
It's like a. It's like a. My brain's dead. I don't know. It's food. It's nice.
Pop tarts.
No.
Fantasy.
You've had
Pop
enough
Tarts.
today. Shut the fuck up. No. Some, a evening meal. Generic evening meal. I don't know.
yeah.
So like some
I'm gonna
rolls
say it's like-
and potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. But he says,
And not siding with mystery meats.
no, never.
Please stop
Um,
talking about Sidon's meat.
Yeah.
Why? Silent eats great meat.
We don't want to know about your mystery meat.
With.
Have you eaten yet?
Yes, I've
Okay.
eaten.
Well, I will get out of your hair.
Don't have any hair.
Yes, I realised.
He gives like
Okay.
a smoke. Have a good night.
You too, thank you.
and-
Awkwardly shuffles out the fucking room with a plate of food, like, idiot!
But yeah, so you all have your evenings, and you can take a long rest. And then
Long rest, but
same thing as before. If there's anything, unless there's something, because I do want to try and get it today, because I don't know how long it's going to take. At least start it. Is there anything people want to do before the evening?
No.
Not off the top of my head. I don't know if did Ultron give us the potions that he got from Orion.
Oh yeah, so
Oh.
I would have done that. If I could
Oh
put it together.
shit!
Yeah, I would have given.
We could have waited.
those to Maeve.
We can go back slightly if someone wants to do that.
Yeah, I
I
forgot.
totally
about
forgot.
that.
I've only just remembered about them.
Oh yeah, I remember at the beginning and when you were all talking, and then
Yeah,
When you
it did get a little bit heated, so
Yeah.
I don't know if Archer actually would have given him out yet.
I would have
Or if
done,
he
yeah,
would've
100%.
until today.
it would have been the first thing he did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
I'd give those 2 potions to Maeve.
But yeah, so
Okay.
there are 2 potions. If you guys want to take them now, or like in the evening, or before that, or in the morning, you can pick.
Okay. So I already hit the long rest button. But
You
can
didn't
I say?
use anything. It's fine.
I know, but can I say that since she ate her food, then she went up to bed, and then she sat down on her bed and just opened the potion and was like, gave it a little swirl and a smell and was like,
I will say that the fellow wanted it to be. I don't know if this is true, but Archon would have said that Orion wanted him to be observed
recorded and
recorded because of how
I do
unusual
know
it is.
that, but at the same time, she wouldn't be comfortable with somebody watching her. So I don't know if that's allowed.
Yeah, do it.
Yes.
Yeah, so she'd just swig it.
Okay, can you roll me a D100?
Oh no. Why am I scared?
5 minutes.
Oh no, you failed check. Power word kill.
That's
That
what I
one.
would do. 63.
Oh, I don't remember if that was the good one or the bad
No, I
one.
think that's bad.
I actually have to look as well. Okay.
Okay.
You can take a drink and I'll do this. Okay. So,
I'm scared.
you get into bed. Oh, I assume you're lying in bed.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, let's take this potion. And sort of you take it and didn't do anything. And then you sort of lean back on the pillow and immediately you're asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And as your eyes close, you feel yourself immediately brought into a dream.
That's
No.
unnerving.
It's not a dream, it's a memory. The emotions come flooding back to you. Sitting on a bed, your bed, when you still lived with your parents in Tharios. Head in your hands as you hear a knock on the door. The light and gentle tapping of your tiefling friend Nyx. You remember this moment clearly. That rage you felt. Your mother, her rage, and then the person who came to comfort you. You see her walk in, sort of the grey-blue skin, thin frame and soft purple eyes. The horns that curl up and slightly back like spirals, going slightly pink at the top. However, you don't remember this. On one side of her face, you see a pronounced red mark, like a tattoo or badly healed scar that sort of focuses on the eye, sort of goes down the side of her neck and up towards the forehead. She doesn't see anything different, and you recognize that one of her purple eyes is a deep orange. She sits beside you, pulling you in for an embrace, not acting any differently than what you're used to. But as she hugs you, you feel a second pair of hands wrap around you, around her as well. You are confused slightly as your eyes open for a moment, and the last thing you see before you wake up is a set of deep red arms and soft hands before you wake up.
Huh.
I will say you all could have taken a long rest and woken up.
Just before we do sleep.
Yes.
Sorry.
Great. That time's jump.
Well, what I was going to say then we got distracted with the whole dream potion thing. As we're walking back, Drax and I they're just having the normal, I think it would be slightly uncomfortable silence. Archon's very preoccupied, chewing his fingernails and stuff like that, gnawing on his thumb. Porridge would have flown off. And I would like to see if Porridge sees anything especially shiny on the floor as he flies off. This is going somewhere.
Roll me a d20.
Can I use his stats to like perceive?
It's just a.
Yeah, it's fine.
If you just roll a d20, if you roll high enough, he will see it.
Okay, let's see.
Oh my god!
2 nat 1s for Porridge.
He doesn't see the glass that he smacks into.
No, he's not like flying into Billy. He was like he's flying back.
No, I know. 2 people are carrying a pane of glass.
Oh, okay. Does that hurt him?
No.
Okay. So there's a bird strike, but he's still gonna fly off and keep his eyes peeled for anything reflective and shiny, like dropped coins or broken charms or whatever, as he's flying back to the mansion. But presumably doesn't see any.
Yeah, he wouldn't see any other one.
Okay. As he gets back, he wouldn't know which room, whose room. So the only room he knows is.
Wait, he's going to the mansion.
Yeah, we're going back to the mansion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The only room he knows, I think, is Cassian's room.
Yes.
That was one of the so for the upstairs bedroom. Are the windows still open there, or are they shut?
His window is shut.
Okay, so he's going to go back downstairs to try and get back in the way he came before.
It's like a top window that's open. Like so there is like a top window. So like there's 2 windows. Like the small top one is open, letting in a bit
in the downstairs room.
Yes.
Okay, so he's going to come in. Assuming like the house is like people are like winding down, going to sleep. He's going to fly and see if he can see anyone like of the party who isn't Alex or Cassian, or sense them in some way.
Rooms.
Are they all their doors shut?
I would assume as much.
Okay. Then let's pick at random. How many bedrooms are there? Let's have a look. So he knows this is Cassian's. He doesn't know who this one's. 1, 2...
That's his writing room. It's not bedroom.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that, does he?
That's true. Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's say 10 rooms. Under all the D10 is going to pick one at random. 4. So 1. So he's going to knock on this room with, I'm assuming, the alligators and stuff in there?
That's like, yeah.
Is it an alligator?
That's in the middle, it's like a snake.
Okay.
That's an alligator. That's like a... I don't know.
He's going to try and like rat-a-tat-tat on the door.
There is no response.
Okay. He is going to look round and make one more attempt to find someone. So he's going to go to this room here. Rat-a-tat-tat.
There is no response.
Okay. Then he's going to fly out and leave.
Okay.
Well, he's looking for someone, but he can't find anyone.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you pick evening when everyone's in bed. People can long rest. Okay, so everyone, I assume, unless I've mentioned it, you can go about the day. If there's anything you guys want to do for the last day before the evening of the party. Cool. So, I guess in this case, Sidon would not need to go with Mel.
No, I guess not.
So I guess
need to have the tank top.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess the only thing
good.
maybe done is that you tell her. But that's easy enough. But then, so what?
I leave on my own to go tell her.
Roll a d20.
Jesus, what the fuck?
It's free.
Cool. So you tell Mel, and I will ask you, what are the groups that the five of you are going in?
Well, I guess it'll be. I guess there's no way. I feel like I pissed off Orion, so I'm
No,
probably
really?
going with, yeah. So I don't think I'll be going with him. I had like ADHD moments in his office with his spinny balls. So I guess I'm going with yeah. So I guess I'm going with Archeron, and I assume Drac is also going with Archeron. my assumption. So will it be like
It
Maven?
depends what Archeron wants. Otherwise, I would actually go with Orion, but it doesn't really matter to me.
I mean, we're all
get
going to be
in.
there together. We could all arrive
Yeah.
as one large group. But that doesn't. Yeah.
It's just like who's, you know.
Who's using what plus ones?
Yeah.
But yeah, I would probably go with Archeron.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now that I know that he will be like attempting to beat Cassian.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I will assume, unless otherwise, it is Drac, Archeron is Cassian, and Sidon, and
Yep.
then Maeve, Orion, and Slab. So yeah, so you all head to what the fuck did I call it? Yeah.
Just as I come out, because this would be because I tried this my suit on in my room, but I didn't show anyone.
Mhm.
I come out of my room and like appear at like the top of the stairs. Do you know how you know in Tarzan when he puts on like his dad's suit in his like parents' old
Oh yeah.
hut, and he looks a bit like weirded out by the clothes, how they fit. That's kind of how Sidon is, because he's got his hair down and he's not got the hat on yet. He's just come out in this sort of suit and looks like dressed up for once, like properly, like his hair's done properly, like down and
I thought
everything.
you actually would have said that I have ripped my arms off of them.
No. He's just, and he comes out in this sort of like sheepish manner and just like,
Have you
Well, look-
fashioned your gi belt as a belt?
oh, I've got a real belt.
I'm a real belt.
Oh, a real belt.
So yeah, how do I look?
Strangely, kind of good actually. You should wear that more often instead of that
I can't
Classy.
kick this.
robe you used to wear.
It's a gi, and I can't.
Yeah, sure, buddy.
But I can't kick its trousers.
You should have got the
Again,
elasticated
think
one.
Tarzan how he couldn't climb walls in his suit. That's literally the issue wherever. Oh, he
should've got the-
can't move
Should have got
as
the
well as he could.
elasticated variant then.
Then, yeah, the elasticated.
You didn't
Probably.
ask.
Didn't ask. Yeah.
That's true.
Okay, so you all put on your fancy clothes
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
head to what's it fucking called? The Moonlit Hall.
Sorry
yeah.
to be across again. Before we go, what's Cassian doing with his time?
You don't see Cassian today.
Okay. Is Alex there?
Alex is around.
Can we ask where Cassian is?
I believe he's writing.
Okay. Would you like me to alarm the house so if anyone does come, we will know?
Well, I mean, sure, but you're going to be at the place which is kind of far, so I don't know how to get that information to him/us.
Well, you'd know because you'd be in the house, but it's
Yes.
more so we know.
Yes.
So I take a part after we get there, spend half an hour or so just dropping some ritual alarms.
Okay. But yeah, so you all put on your fancy clothes and head, like I said 8 times, and head to the Moonlit Hall.
I feel like Columbo. Just one more thing.
Feels like that today, doesn't it?
It just wasn't.
So
No.
it's
I'm joking.
uh,
Yeah.
so it's getting to night, and as what's it? So I'm reading my notes and it doesn't make sense. Yeah, so as you exit Cassian, the manor, you head around the city towards the upper city, and those looking up would see Dialista, which is the largest blue moon, and it's the most similar to Earth's moon, appear in the sky. But as you're all looking up, as Archeron discovered last time, can see all 3 moons in the sky. Dialista, the large blue moon, Riator, sort of faint and grey and barely visible through the cloud cover, as well as Baradark, which is sort of the navy sort of dark green moon that is starting to get bigger as the days get shorter. But you all head up to the hall and see the large grey bluestone structure with its white engraving, sort of giant pillars of stained glass pressed into the wall show an intricate starscape with moons in the sky and the silhouette of a woman looking up at them. Anyone who wants to can make an intelligence or religion check.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, so I don't say intelligence or religion, it's going to be religion because it's intelligence.
Religions, you said.
Like religion check. Holy shit!
16,
What?
17.
16. Oh, 17.
Do I get advantage or just
No,
normal
no.
roll?
Focus on
normal.
that.
What the hell? How did I get nearly as good as Archer?
Oh,
Wow.
Jesus!
Holy shit!
So, Maven, Slab, you're like, who's that woman?
Nice
But
picture.
Slab, Archon, and Drac, you immediately recognize it as Odaluna, looking at the three moons. Odaluna is the goddess of the moon. And in the sort of the night sky, you can see that the faint stars in the stained glass almost twinkle, like in mirror of them. You can see two dragon knights sit by the doors with sort of a man in formal attire wearing like a floral mask with some other people next to them, clearly like checking invitations. And you do also see Orion sort of waiting. Or like you assume it's Orion. He's not difficult to spot. Wearing he's wearing pretty much like an Incredibles mask. That has like patterns throughout it that sort of goes down the bridge of the nose and sort of like around and almost like not whiskers but sort of that like side thing.
Like a kitty cat.
Kind of. Like a bat cat. But yes, you sort of see him waiting. Hasn't seen you yet.
At this point, Archeron, who has been still very preoccupied in himself, would that moment where you realise you're outside the place you need to be. Shit, I better get myself ready. Making sure he is not seen, or before he gets out of the carriage, or however we're travelling, will. Oh, okay then. Sorry, I thought we were in a carriage for some reason. He would a few minutes before we get within sight of the place, which he would know because of Porridge's reconnaissance, even though it was shite, would disguise self and then try to emulate as much as he can the walk of Lord Cassian.
I'm not going to need to make a check for that because you did practice slightly. So
I also did shit.
Yeah, but I mean, if you want to fail, I can let you.
I mean, I don't know how closely people will be watching his walk.
No, I'm so just like it's like I'm assuming because those rolls are like almost like a to figure out your passive, if that makes sense. Okay. And between the two of them, it was like 12.
Okay, so a casual glance is pulling it off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, we'll change the map.
Yeah, because 12 isn't that bad.
12 is fine. Like most people won't see a 12 unless they're staring.
That was giant.
Oh Jesus, this is a big place.
Yeah, so at the top of this map, you see Orion waiting. So I assume Maeve and Slab go up to him while Archeron, Cassian, Sidon, and Drac sort of go slightly behind. And you see Orion say, hello. I was beginning to get worried. I assume your days have been good?
Yeah, pretty good.
Good.
Haven't much.
That's fair, getting ready for the event. I like the outfit.
I don't usually wear stuff like this.
It looks good. It looks good. He just like gestures to all of you. All of you look good. He just like gestures. He like waves to you, Archer. He's like, hello, Cassian. How have you been?
Very well.
I'm not going to do it. I will make you make a deception check, but one of those checks. But it won't really matter.
I'm going to go with perform. It doesn't make any difference. They're all zeros.
But for this moment, it doesn't really matter. Okay, 19's pretty good. So 19 will be like the base until you
fuck it up.
Yeah.
So you say something you shouldn't say.
Yeah, pretty much. But you see Orion says, just come in with me. We could all come in as a little group. How about that?
Yeah, sounds good.
And he sort of
Sounds good, yeah.
walks people into those Dragon Knights, who begin to check the 2 invitations. Sort of, because they're fine, just like, all good. Isn't really a scrutinizing look at any of you, because you were wearing masks and you seem to be yourselves. But sort of all of you as a group get down to about here on the map. And
Big old drop of him. You already pissed him off.
yeah, sort of get to sort of like where that sort of crest is. He is tall.
I think Maeve would have her arm linked with his.
Okay. Sort of as you all walk in, you see sort of appearing in front of you this. Sorry, I'm trying to find it. Let me describe the room. Sorry. So as you all walk down the stairs, you see this sort of massive open room, sort of arches lining the walls with places to sit down. The floor is almost reflective, with like a deep blue-green glass and light patterns throughout. In the center is this sort of marvel of arcane and mechanical ingenuity, sort of a metallic ring with glowing numerals on them, acting like a clock. The glass floor, looking down to mechanisms and glare below, a focal piece in the center that looked like it could be opened. See, many people are talking in small groups on the main floor, wearing masks and various fashionable outfits. You also spot the occasional Dragon Knight wearing masks, as well as Mel, who is sort of standing in the corner. You recognise the purple skin tone gives it away slightly. But before
She's
you can
also wearing a mask?
She's also wearing a mask, yeah. But before you can sort of all truly take in the area, you see a man, I would say walk up to you, but that's not true, sort of appears from down the stairs, but you didn't see him until he was right in front of you, so almost like appearing in opalescent light. I'll send the image of this person in Talking Sound. You see he has a sort of he's like stick thin with sort of peach pink coloured skin, long elven ears, sort of straight white hair and deep eyes that seem to reflect back starlight. His mask is one of sort of silver and grey around his eyes, and he takes a low bow and gestures to all of you as he says, "Welcome to the full moon Façade. I hope you all have an esoteric evening under the light of the moons. And just like the orbs in the sky, your groups of 3 shall be the lights of this evening. Please, mingle. Soon we will indulge in the magic of the night." And you watch as he takes a bow, and he vanishes into sort of motes of silvery light.
I kind of like gesture to the group. What's that word mean?
Esoteric means only, very specialised knowledge. I wonder what he means by that.
It still doesn't make any sense.
Cassian, you sound like you
good...
have a sore throat.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah, so sort of Orion walks down the stairs. But what would you all like to do in this place? I will put Archon's token down, but we know he is Cassian.
I'm going to examine the thing. If no one else is, I want to know what this thing is. James wants to know.
Yeah, I kind of want to know what it is as well.
And also, so I didn't mention it, but are there like servants about? And can I subsequently find Lord Celine?
You see servants about. Looking around, you cannot see Lord Celine.
Mm-hmm. So
wasn't that guy who spoke to us? Was he Lord Celine? Or...
Yes, I'm assuming.
Orion says, "Yes, that was him." Or
that picture's got very feminine features, hasn't it? It's cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
But yes, I would like to examine this thing. You said it might look like it opens. I'm not going to try to open it, but I would like to see. I in my notes have called it. What have I called it? Some weird clockwork floor centerpiece. I would like more information, please.
Sorry, yeah.
No, I was just going to say, the group that haven't gone to see the clock, Maeve's going to turn around and go, "I'm going to go and check in with Nyx. Mel."
Who is next?
An old friend. Sorry.
Oh, okay. No, it's no problem.
And she like scurries down the stairs and tries not to fall in her fucking heels. But yeah, I'll let Archer
so
do
you
his thing.
see, you see Mel sort of standing there idly. But yeah, so Archeron. So who's looking at the thing?
I will
Yeah.
have a look at it as well.
So Archeron, Drac, and Silent. That makes sense because that's the group. Slab. Just before you going to talk to anyone specific, you going to go with certain people? What are you up to?
He's just lost because obviously I forget his name.
Orion.
Orion just walked off. I was like, yeah,
Following me.
He was walking slowly. Like he wasn't walking.
have fun. And then
Like you
maybe
can see,
like-
you would have been able to follow him. He was walking downstairs slowly. I just moved him quickly.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying he's walked off, basically saying, "Have fun, go mingle,"
Yeah.
and then Maeve's going, "I'm going to meet an old friend." It's like he's just looking around. It's like, he just,
Orion sort of sees you and just like gestures for you to come over.
Oh fuck!
I'm lost.
I need an adult.
Yeah.
I am an
Maeve
adult.
like leans down and gives him a little pat on the head. You're okay.
But yeah, so for the 3 people investigating the weird clock, I can have if I can have Arcana investigation. Arcana investigation checks if you want to get a proper look at it.
Much
11.
fun.
Hey, Jesus
Doesn't even
Christ.
matter. Oh
Yeah,
my
so-
god, 16.
So actually, not too bad from all of you. Sort of looking at this thing, you can definitely tell it is
Clock.
It is, yeah. It's a clock that obviously shows the time. But you can sort of see there are 2 other sort of weird, like I don't say like joysticks, but like what do you call the hands? Yeah, hands on it that seem to be measuring. Archeron, you pick up on it first. Seem to be measuring when the apex of the other moons are. So, sort of the 2 main hands are just following, like, the normal time. Oh, sorry, the 3 main hands are following the normal time. And obviously the, fucking hell, Dialisto just goes by that normal time. So obviously when it's max, when it's, 12, it'd be high. But it's sort of measuring the height of the other 2, and it's clearly going very slowly. Like, by looking at it, it's very slow. And it definitely won't be, like, tonight. You also see in this center, it looks almost like a mini like observatory or a focal point. And so you sort of trace and look up, and you see on the roof there is clearly a panel that can open to let down sort of light into the main area, which you assume could be to focus the energy of the moons or something like that. Then obviously yeah.
So with my high Arcana check, would I be able to know what the reason for doing that would be?
With that high Arcana check, you can probably guess it is to sort of looking at Lord Selene. You assume that I think you've actually also been mentioned. He is a Lunakin.
Yes.
So you assume it's sort of like a religious thing or a personal thing for this, night specifically.
But there's no like, if you bathe under the light of the 3 moons, you can become a dragon myth, for example.
No, but I think the closer you get
If
to
I
is...
guessed it,
No, it'd be funny. It'd be fucking funny, wouldn't it? No, so it's more like those who worship Oda Luna.
yeah, okay,
Sort
for
of-
religious reasons.
Sort of believe that, like, if you bathe under the lights of the moon, you can learn knowledge and see things that previously are unseen, if that makes sense.
To do with the dreams, etc. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, things like that. all in that wheelhouse.
Yeah. Okay.
But yes, that is what you get. With those.
Is there? You mentioned like this focal point. Is there like a? Is there something I can like look through, like a telescope thing, or because so Archeron has been since the ending of the conversation yesterday has been very very quiet. Porridge is with you. He's on with us. He's on Drax's shoulder. He's wearing a little pink Stetson with like very teeny rhinestones on it. He looks
Jesus Christ.
ace. He looks incredible. I don't care what anyone says. He looks awesome, and he's like preening himself. But Archeron is as Cassian probably has like the same kind of melancholy that Cassian has. Like it looks like he's doing a spectacular acting job. He's he's interested in the thing there, but he's been very quiet all day. Probably hasn't said anything all day. Been very apart from maybe like, oh, pass me the salt, we should head to the thingy now, kind of thing. So he's looking around to see if there's anything he can look through, and he's also keeping an eye out for Lord Celine, and just keeping tabs on where the party are, but keeping like a little bit. I say probably keeping a little bit of distance between him and them, especially when Maeve said that he sounded like he had a sore throat. He would have like retreated even further into himself, kind of thing.
So you don't see like a telescopic thing. You assume if there's any like mechanisms to that, be in the center bit. Which it's not that obvious on the map. That middle ring is glass that you can walk on. You've seen people have been walking on it. So you can get up, but like that center thing is like clearly like locked off or blocked off. You can't get in. You see, it's weird. You see like multiple Lord Celines. You look one side and see him talking to a person, and then look another way and see him talking to another person on the other side of the room. Like there are a few versions of him around.
This is confusing.
I'm gonna go find a bar.
Silent. Don't draw too much attention to yourself.
Just gonna get a drink.
You see, like there are like people. I don't have everything on the map.
Yeah.
You know, there's people walking around with like champagne flutes and things like that. But you don't see like a dedicated bar.
No bar area at all.
There's like places where the drinks are set, but there isn't like,
Okay.
yeah.
I walk over to one of the one of the tables where drinks are set.
The map
and just
isn't perfect, but it's close enough.
Yeah. Have a couple blasts of these champagnes.
Okay. How many is a couple?
Just like chugging them down.
Essentially, just two flutes. Just.
Oh my god.
Cool. So
I'm gonna like stand where I am and just like
Face palm.
yeah, like silently, please just stop.
Okay, so Maeve, what are you talking to? We went up to Mel.
Yeah, I think she'd just approach and like look towards Orion and be like, just give me a moment.
He just like gives a thumbs up.
And then she'd like walk over to. I genuinely keep nearly saying Nyx. It's really bad. I mean to say Mel, but my brain's like Nyx. No. Walks over to Mel and like stands in a way that doesn't look like, she's gossiping, because I'm very aware that she's working right now. So just be like, "Hi, is everything okay?"
Yeah, everything's fine.
Yeah.
Doing my job.
Have you
Gives like a
had
salute.
any troubles or anything this evening?
Nope, been pretty fucking boring.
Should I see if I can sneak you some champagne?
I wouldn't say no.
She gives her a wink and then like walks back over to the boys.
So Slab, you see Orion is talking to a sort of a dwarven man and a satyr woman, and they're just having a very idle discussion. You see sort of the dwarven man has this very, I guess it's like alchemical sort of looking mask that sort of like, depending on where he looks, it changes colour slightly, so like it shimmers and reflects the light, and sort of almost made to look like a acid spill on the side. And you see that the satyr woman has sort of a very floral and decorated mask that sort of covers most of the face and leaves sort of like just sort of like the mouth visible. And they are just talking about very generic things.
Is there anybody nearby with champagne flutes?
Yeah, you can. There's a few people walking about.
Maeve's just gonna like grab two of them,
Mm-hmm.
and then like turn and look at Mel, and then go, just like,
Let's just, like,
try and like sleight of hand her one of these champagne flutes.
make a sleight of hand check.
Fuck, okay.
13, that's fine.
You did kind of say, try and sleight her hand, and then just like, do a check. Fuck.
No, it's fine, yeah. It's because I've only got a +3, so I was like, if I roll low, I'm fucked.
You see, she says, that's some good information, thank you, and takes it and chugs it in one. Like, turns around to, like, look at the stairway and tips it back. Just, like, gives you a thumbs up, thanks.
Takes the glass back. It's okay.
Yeah, how's everything been? She's like, so, like, she, like, walks up slightly, just, like, look at, like, two of you. How's everything been with you guys?
You know, boring.
Fair enough. If there's anything I can do, you know, just let me know. And she's like a salute, she says it. And then goes to, like, walk off. Yeah, so is there anything, I mean, like, these are, like, you know, generic people on the map. Most of them have, like, things if you want to talk to them. See, you know, there's the satyr woman and the dwarven man over here. Over here, there is a tiefling and sort of a human. Sort of down here, you can see an Aarakocra. Sort of down in this, like, big circle near the bottom, you can see a drow guy talking. I'm just naming the ones that I have, like, specifically, but I can, you know, there's more people.
I have a quick question.
Sorry, go on.
I was going to say I have a quick question. If I take a look around, anyone who looks sort of like Dahlia, even like just a hairstyle or anything like that.
I mean, there are people with like an up top hairstyle like she has, but like the only dwarven person you see is the one that Orion's talking to.
Yeah.
So nothing
that's
like
that's a guy.
That's a guy, yeah.
Yeah. So there's no. I mean, I highly doubt that she'd just rock up here in
Dahlia.
in the Dahlia form, unless you really want.
Yeah,
to
you don't see Dahlia or anyone who looks like her around.
Cool.
So there's a drow.
There's a drow guy sort of in this circle in the corner talking to a few people.
I think she wouldn't walk over, but she'd try and get closer to get a closer look.
Oh yeah, so you see let me find the description. Okay, now where is it? You see a drow man with sort of very dark, sort of grey purple, or something like dark, sort of like charcoal grey purple skin, with sort of these purple eyes and sort of white hair, sort of tied up, not tied up, like short to the side and like sort of wavy at the front. He sort of wears this sort of elegant black and white robe with like a golden neck piece. And wears a mask that's sort of adorned with different, you can sort of vaguely make out different like religious symbols, and things like that. It's a very dark mask that sort of accents the bright purple eyes. And he's just like talking to a few people.
I think she'd be unintentionally like staring. Because obviously, like, there's drow around, but they're not like as common. So she's probably like, huh.
He would probably, after a minute, he would notice and sort of look up.
She'd do that awkward thing, you know, when someone like, I'm not staring, and like look at the floor.
He
and
sort of like
wall.
raises an eyebrow and like gives like a half like tilt of the head, and sort of then like, excuse me, walks over and says, "Is there something you needed?"
Just trying to get my bearings.
Well, it is lively.
I'm
My
Maeve.
apologies. Yeah, he does the same thing. I am Lord Callum Lysel. Pleasure.
I recognise that name.
You do.
from Lord C when we were researching Lord C.
Mm-hmm.
So now she's going to try and pretend like she doesn't recognize. You know, when you know something and your eyebrows raise, she's going to try and hide that facial expression and be like, pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you as well. Are you with anyone? Did you... What is it that you do?
Well, Me and my friend are here with what was it, Professor Orion?
Master Orion.
Master Orion. I don't know if it was Professor or not. Master Orion?
Oh, yes, yes, him. I talked to him some time ago. He was interested in Odaluna.
He's very moon-based, isn't he?
He just like gestures around. Clearly, lots of people are here. I myself work with the Crown and the Church, trying to bridge the gap between them. Yeah, sort of working on that. The church nearby is where I am a lot of the time. Yes, that's where I am a lot of the time.
I'm not uber religious, but I can probably check it out sometime.
I mean, it's nice. Got all of the gods there. Yeah. If you ever get the urge, you can come and check it out.
Thank you. She like grabs a passing champagne flute and like knocks it back. I haven't been to a event like this for a very long time.
It's been a bit of time for me. I've heard that Lord Selena's working on something interesting.
He seems very showy. Flashy almost.
Somewhat. He's there, and there. Yeah, he seems very proud of this. He sort of gestures the thing next to this contraption that's been put together.
Do you know what it is?
Not the foggiest. Not really my thing.
Well, I will let you get on with your evening.
So it gives like a half bow and says, well, yes, you as well. And sort of walks back to that conversation. Is anyone else doing anything?
What people did you say that was around?
So the ones I have like marked, there's the Dwarven man, there's the Drow man who Maeve spoke to, there's the Satyr woman, there's sort of a human, can't really tell gender, there's a Tiefling woman, and a male Aarakocra.
Out of the... No, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna grab a second champagne flute and go up to the Tiefling woman. Where is Tiefling woman?
Third, yeah.
Huh?
Third.
No, I've got a third one for myself. I'm gonna grab
okay.
a second one, so forth.
You see the Tiefling woman is sort of... I don't know which I said. I'll say up here, talking to those two people.
Yeah.
In just a general conversation.
I sort of go up and towards the Tiefling woman and just give her a slight bow. Good evening, lady. And would you like a drink?
Of course. Sort of takes it, and you see she has sort of, I don't say generic tiefling, but like red skin, sort of dark eyes, with sort of like ram's horns, and like long flowing sort of brown auburn hair, and she wears sort of a mask. How should I describe this? I'm just coming up with this. Sort of a dark, almost like charcoal textured mask, if that makes sense. Like it's got that color and texture with that slight sheen on it, the like matte color. Yeah. She takes the glass and gives a slight like nod. Takes a sip.
So, how many of these events have you been to? This is my first, to be fair.
This is my second one. Came last year.
Ah, cool. I'm sorry, I didn't actually get your name. I'm Sidon. It's a pleasure.
I am Lady Alyssa.
Lady Alyssa, what a beautiful name. And no, she'll accept it. I'd sort of take her hand and just sort of kiss her hand as I give a slight bow.
Yeah, she'll accept it.
So,
Well, aren't you a gentleman?
yeah, I try. So these events, what normally happens at them? Like I say, I'm normally not well versed. I've actually come here with Lord Cassian, one of his.
Yes. Surprised he doesn't. Yes. Well. Usually it's just a bunch of interacting, talking to people. Well, these specifically, it's just interacting with people of similar station. I realise I need to change the music. Hold on.
Is she in charge of the music?
No, no. Me, the DM is, and I forgot to change it.
I'm talking to the DJ.
But yeah, so mainly just chit chat and making any deals or connections.
And I sort of whisper, "What's Lord Celine's deal? He just keeps popping up all over the place."
Well, he is very eccentric. He likes to put on a show.
Yeah.
But to be honest, she like whispers as well. I think he gets nervous being himself, so he just uses what I can only assume are illusions to talk for him.
Ah. Interesting. And that central plot piece, I had a look at it. What does it do? Do you know anything about it, or?
I believe it's the focal point of this evening. Once people are a little more, gestures to the glass, lubricated.
Well, if you want, I can get us another couple of lubrications.
Persuasion check.
Eyebrows.
Can you make me a persuasion check, please?
Yes.
Okay. She says, sure.
So I go and get her and me another couple of champagne.
Okay. You two continue talking.
Yep.
Is there anything the rest of you are doing?
Yes. So, obviously, I've examined this thing in the middle. There's these many Lord Selines all over the place. Is there one near me?
We'll
Or are
say,
they-
yeah,
these
there's
ones
one
on the
like
map?
there's one like here. It's
Okay.
like idly talking to a dragon knight.
Okay, so I realised something in the last few minutes as well, which may change how this evening goes.
Go on.
I have Disguise Self as a spell I can cast. It's not a spell I know, it's just a thing that I have that I can cast once.
Okay. You have an hour.
I have an hour. I didn't
Oh,
realise that until I pressed you. I was like, why does it say you
Oh
can
no!
cast? And then I realised it's because it's a feat, and I was like, oh.
Okay.
I mean, having not been to many parties, perhaps Archon just assumes people go to bed at 9:30.
Okay. Fair enough.
Because otherwise, but anyway, there we are. So, having located a Lord Celine alike, I would like to head over.
A Lord Selena like.
Celine
Check
alike, and he would like to go and say hello. In
I'm
so,
not gonna make.
yeah, well, so he goes over and so you can judge it based on my James's performance. He goes over.
Well,
He
you've
said
already got
hello.
19, so it's decent for now.
He goes, Lord Celine.
It is good to see you, Cassian.
Is it really you? And I kind of like gesture to the other ones in the room.
He gives you a wink, says, "Well, you know the tricks, don't you?"
Well, it's always good to know to whom you're conversing. It seems to be a lively party. I was just wondering why I'd taken you so long to extend me an invite.
Oh,
Bitch!
okay. He says, "Well, there is, as you can see, limited spacing, and I know that you're not really one for parties, so I waited until you seemed a little more out and about."
No, no. I'm not. I appreciate these the quite exclusive events, and as you're right, it's not normally my style. Though I've managed to find myself a couple of friends who've brought me out of a little funk that I've been in.
Well, that is good. That is good.
I gesture over to, vaguely gesture over to Drakenside. So this machine is fascinating. I expect we're going to be getting a demonstration later. Is there any sneak peek you can give me? Don't know if you remember, but I worked with Orion on the celestial maps. Eyebrows.
He says, "Well," he sort of like taps his foot, just says, "Look up there." It's like the center, and says, like, you see it open very slightly. In about 45 minutes or so, we're all going to gather and experience the wonders of the moons.
Excellent. And yes, I think that'd be quite enjoyable. So, yeah, well, thank you again for extending me the invite. I have a friend in the city actually. He couldn't join us tonight, unfortunately. Only with the +2 invitations. I should have thought to send him along to you. A very promising young student by the name of Archeron. Would he be able to gain access to observe? He'd be absolutely fascinated, and when I tell him what he's missed, he'd be kicking himself proverbially.
Can you make me a persuasion check? I'll give you advantage.
I don't think that's like that unusual.
No, yeah, I know.
Oh shit! What the hell? What happened there?
What?
My entire everything's just zoomed out. What? Hang on, I must have sent you a print screen of this. This is wild. Everything's just zoomed out. So I pressed persuasion, and look what's happened to my. That's crazy. I rolled a 3 with advantage of 6.
Okay. He says, "Well, for a promising young student, I can see what I can do. But obviously tonight, the reason this event is happening tonight is because it will be the most prominent for a while."
Yes, no, I appreciate it. He's on I'm not sure what they call it, a grand sneer of the elite places of the world, and he has landed. I don't know. He's buried in a book somewhere. I've no doubt. Alas, I'm afraid I am neglecting my friends, and there's a rather delectable piece over there that has caught my eye. But thank you for your time, Lord Celine, and by all means, is he rolling an insight?
Just looking.
Okay. You notice, like, even though he's quite tall, like things just keep going through the very top of his head. Through each cap at the top.
You see, yeah, as you sort of walk up. Sorry, Kara.
Yeah, I will. No, I look forward to the performance later.
You see,
performances are good.
Yeah, I see. As you walk off, he gives you a slight like smirk, and just says,
"My passive perception is 12."
Okay, it's fine.
Answers my insight.
He doesn't. He's not doing it like to hide. He gives you a slight smirk and says, "I'm sure that student will enjoy the mechanisms."
Is that a sex thing?
No,
so
the capturing your entire D&D.
He's gonna like as Cassian, like as he can, going to kind of like incline his head to say his farewells. He's gonna head. I don't know why you said that. He's gonna head over. He's Maeve was talking to Stroud. Has she finished talking to him, and like what's she done afterwards?
She has been drinking, and that's what I rolled for.
How many?
9 drinks.
Did you roll for how many drinks?
For how drunk she is.
Oh, okay.
So she's 90% drunk.
Let's just say she sat down.
Having probably not noticed that, Archron's casting is going to come up, and if there's no one in immediate vicinity, he'll speak in his own voice. Are there like people like crowded around?
There are not around her because she's like sitting on a bench, but like there are people nearby. You know, like Maeve's here. There's 3 people like close.
Is there music playing in the background? And
yeah, the music like in like what's being played. There are a few people like vaguely dancing, but there isn't like a no one's. Yeah.
I'll go up and say, may I have this dance?
Me?
Who else?
Okay. She like.
This feels weird.
Holds out a hand.
Yeah, it does.
For you to like help her up off the fucking bed. She's had so many fucking champagnes.
So he directs her kind of like not like anywhere private, just like to where there are a few other people like in the vague vicinity, like just turning. And he in his own voice at this point, Archer will say, I've been tormented since the end of the conversation yesterday, and I feel I've had this weight, and I know that I spoke strongly, and I know you didn't approve, and I just wanted to say that I still think that he's made the right choice, but I'm really sorry.
No, it's not the decision I was upset about. I agree that it's safer for everybody, but it was more the way in which you were talking about him. It's as if you still think he's a monster. As if he's willingly done these things. And
No.
It's a sore subject, is all.
No, I know, and I'm sorry. It's just that it was a shock to see him, and then to find out what had happened, but I didn't want it to come between. I don't make friends easily, and I think this group we're really. It can be really fun, and I know that there's some big personalities here, and I know that I say it upset you, but I just wanted to say your dress is amazing, and I wish I had a chance to say it yesterday, but yeah, I just don't want it to become a sore point. But I think it's just if you can't control something, then you need to. If there's no way to control something in a certain time, you have to try and avoid that at a certain time as much as you can.
I agree, and I think he has. But as you can see, and she like gestures to the room, I don't think this would have been. I'm quite bored, if I'm honest. Who knows? Maybe the performance will make it more fun, but at the moment, I don't think he's missing anything. So. The champagne is nice, however.
It's supposed to be so weird, Artron speaking like that, coming out of Cassian's body.
Mm-hmm.
Artron will...
And you slightly drunk.
When you said that, he'll stop dancing again. Okay. And then he'll walk off.
Cool. What about the rest of you? Is there anyone, just all of you in general, is there anyone you want to talk to out of the people I've mentioned? Or do you want to skip to the performance?
Yeah, I'm just gonna like mingle casually, like.
Okay.
Is there actually music playing?
Yes. Yeah. Like pretty much what's playing in the background now.
Yeah. Then I will ask the tiefling girl I'm flirting with if she wants to go for a dance.
Make me a persuasion check. Matt, what were you saying?
I say I can't stay on for much longer because I have to drive to London tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it'll go too much longer. Probably not
I
more
probably
than
started saying some weird shit. Probably drank a couple too many champagne flutes.
probably not more than 15. Yeah, she's like, I don't think you can stay on your feet for long enough.
Fair enough.
But yeah, is there anything? Is there anyone people want to talk to? Anyone else? Or we can skip to the big thing.
I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
fine.
ask,
Mm-hmm.
when we got in here, were they like checking for weapons? So I assume they were.
Yeah, I didn't actually mention it. Because I just think not many of you have weapons.
not that they can see.
Like the only
Holy shit,
person,
we're such the most
yeah, the
weapon
only
concealed-
person who has like a weapon they like need. That's not even true. Everyone has a weapon
they
that like
can conceal really
that they
easily.
can either conceal or it's in their body. So, I think I would have. I didn't even think about mentioning it. I do have it in my notes. Any weapons obviously would have been like taken. If you would have gone with them, but I assume not really. You don't really need to go with them since you all can fight without.
No,
them.
I wouldn't take. If I knew there were gonna be a check, I wouldn't bring any
Yeah,
weapons. So
it's like assumed. Yeah.
I'm just wondering. So I know.
Yeah. So I actually it just completely slipped my mind while I was reading my notes. But yeah. So if there's no one people want to talk to, we can go to the big thing.
Yeah.
Cool. So about 45 minutes in, to help with your disguise self problem, you all sort of see all the Celines in the room start to like hit their glass and like make like get people's attentions, and you see all of them. Hold on, I'm finding it in my notes. You see all of them sort of, I guess, like once people are looking, they all, I guess, converge. That makes sense. Like, I can't think of the best way to put it. Like, they all sort of dissolve slightly and form and move into a central Celine.
They merge into each other.
I mean, kind of. So
They're
see
Liquid Terminator.
kind of. So they all like, so just to get everyone's attention in the middle of the room, sort of standing atop this structure. You see another Lord Celine, and he says, sorry, I'm trying to find it. I hope everyone is enjoying their evening, but before the true festivities can commence, may all of us bathe in the light of the moons. If everyone wants to stand in this ring, the performance can commence.
Can I make an insight? Like, does this seem
Yeah, I was
shady?
gonna say that.
Yeah.
Does this
Look
seem
like
like he's trying to? Does this seem like one of those Kool-Aid moments? Like a Kool-Aid moment.
14, 18,
18.
11. You don't sense any. I don't know what the best
Any
word is.
potential that he's trying to suicide us all?
No, you don't sense that.
What happens to not Lord Cassian when he remains seated at a table? Do people come to urge him on? He's sitting there, not like clearly distracted, head in his hand kind of thing.
You see. Hold on one second. I'm just trying to place people. Doesn't matter too much. I'm just for my own sake. You see, sort of while everything is, sort of people are moving and stuff. You sort of see the Celine in the middle, sort of looking at everyone, making sure people are moving. And when he notices you don't move, he just like, you see one sort of appear next to you and says, "You're not standing?"
Sorry. I was my mind was elsewhere utterly. Yes, and quite more like Archon than he's walked before. Very clearly distracted. Just wanders in to the.
So you see,
the
people are like making like a circle around, but like just placing people randomly at this point. So yeah, you see, pretty much. I'm not going to move anywhere. I don't fucking care. You see,
everyone's got round it.
Yes, everyone has gotten around it. I assume all of you also go. You see also Mel sort of like sits up and just like, I'm interested. Like stands there. But I assume everyone is around, not just the people I've moved, because I can't be bothered to move everyone. But yeah, so you see once everyone is in this ring, you see Celine sort of raise his hands, and as he does, sort of circles around looking at everyone and says, "Honored guests, may the majesty of moonlight show you the truth." And as he says this, you see him vanish from the middle. As the structure begins to open up, you feel sort of this cold air as part of the roof also opens up, making 3 beams of energy flow down into this central portion. Blue, green, and grey, funneling into the center and creating this sort of ball of multicolored light. The thing I'll say is, Artron, you feel slightly, I don't know the best way to put it, tingly.
I'm assuming so with that wording that I am now Artron again.
No, I'm just saying it's easier for me to say Artron than Cassian. You feel slightly tingly, isn't it? You're still Cassian. Sorry, my brain's now very confused. Yeah, so you all feel this energy wash over you, this ball of multicolored light. Artron, you begin to feel this this overwhelming urge, like a scream. You sort of feel your heart rate increase slightly, but it's just slightly weird. You all gather, and in this still silence, you see this orb begin to expand, and this wave sort of begin to pulse out to all of you. Is anyone doing anything?
I'm going to go on guard a little bit. Is Artron panicking? Do I see him panicking at all, or
what would Artron's reaction be to?
As what I was about to ask is how. So obviously I've got this let's say anxiety, fear.
It's it's almost close to a panic attack.
Okay.
But except panic attack, you just want to try it. You just breathe and breathe and breathe. It's this urge. You want to open your mouth. You want to shout.
How much do I want to shout? Is it overwhelming, or
you can hold it down, but it's like an intrusive thought that won't go away.
Okay. He's still trying to be. So my concern and Artron's concern would be that the light from the moon is going to dispel the disguise, and I don't want that to be the case. So he's probably just stood there, concentrating on stillness.
Okay.
So if half his mind is trying not to let these intrusive thoughts win. Standard day for James, and the rest of it is him trying to remain physically unobtrusive. Am I able to step out of this circle?
It's weird. I don't say you are forced to stay, but there's this feeling of wanting to stay, wanting to see the end. There's curiosity, this need, this want.
Okay. So I won't then.
Yeah. Simon, are you doing something?
No. I wanted to see if I could see if Artron was panicking, but if I can't see if he's maintaining that stillness, that stoicness, I will just. Do any of us get this urge, or is it just Artron?
You all feel slightly tingly, but Artron feels something more.
Then I'm just gonna clench my fist and just go on guard a little bit and get ready, just in case something goes wrong or goes awry, essentially.
Yeah. Rest of you, anything?
I think in her head she would try and call out for Sable.
Okay. You feel that connection. And it comes up. Anything you want to say quickly before?
What's going on?
No idea.
Excellent, thank you for the help.
It's my pleasure. But you feel that connection.
I don't think this is a favor.
Yeah.
Fucking useless, honest to God.
I'm still here. This orb expands and you feel this wave pulse out, and the connection breaks with Sable as the orb pulses out. And you feel this wave, this overcoming of warmness, your eyes sort of fluttering, your body's tensing a little bit. You each feel emotions, powerful ones, family, friendship, curiosity, worth. And in this moment, sort of all of those take over you. Archer, can you make me a con save?
Jeez.
We'll try. Oof, 10.
Okay. You feel this urge, like it's like the other one, but it's more. This hunger, this need to feed, drain the forces from this room to do more. You want to watch. You want to be the biggest in this room. You want to be the one above all. This sensation, it almost takes over you, but you grit your teeth knowing the situation and manage to keep it down. But can you add 1 to that thing?
Mm-hmm.
That thing.
That thing.
Sidon. At that same time, you see this flash as everyone else did, but yours is different. Whereas everyone is this multicolored light, this greens, these greys, these blues. It's sort of as it hits you, you feel this searing yellow flash. Familiar. You see the yellow eyes and that same glistening silver hair that hangs disconnected from gravity. I will send the image that I didn't do because my art is shit right now. In talkie time. She looks at you, standing tall, radiant, and a hand reaching out, a soft smile on her face as she takes a few steps closer. You recognize her, of course. You see her smooth skin sort of going through the shirt you're wearing and touching your chest. It's peaceful, calming, and for the first time in possibly forever, you feel that rage inside you all but vanish. And you see her mouth doesn't move, but you hear the voice in your head. I'm glad that Solista, Odaluna, whoever has granted me this power, if only temporarily. You're doing well. You're doing better. And you see this proud smile on her face.
Trying.
She sort of turns to see like a person who isn't there. I can't be here yet. I want to be. I want to help you. I want you to be better, to be stronger, to be in tune with the flow of Periphalon. Just, you see, she pauses at that, and her face sort of gets more serious as her eyes look onto yours. Sort of that glowing, intense, sort of not heat, but like light, making it difficult to hold the stare. She just like looks at you stoically. Don't get corrupted. Pride and wrath are the downfall of everything, and I don't want to see you go down that path.
Yeah.
She's like,
trying. It's
goodbye.
It's a long journey.
It's a long road, but you have people to help you. And she like gives like a smile, like tilts her head. Goodbye, Poseidon, and let your heart guide you, but not control you. You're best than that. I know it. And you see she fades, the vision fades like the moon eclipsing the sun, just as everyone in this room begins to control themselves and find themselves again, sort of wiping their eyes from this intense light. But just as people begin to regain themselves, Archer, you hear the familiar ding of your alarm going off, and that is where we'll pick up next time.
Ooh.
What?
Ooh.